Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. I'm sorry that I'm late. I was genuinely looking for my glasses, which is a horrible thing to be doing when you don't have your glasses. But we're here and we're live for the World Cup final 2026, Spain against Argentina. Well, entirely Spanish affair in this final. So, I mean, we will be doing this broadcast entirely in Spanish. I'm joking. I made that joke in the last video and I'm not going to live up to it right now. So let's not talk about it. But let me know who you guys think is going to win this World Cup final. Probably Messi's last game for Argentina. I would think so. I don't know if he's going to want to continue. Probably a chance for Rodri to really establish himself as a world-class player to many people who don't think that he's a world-class player. And yes, I said that correct. There are many who don't think that a Ballon d'Or winner is world-class. We'll get into all of that. We'll talk about that as we go over this video. We go through the stream and this match. I'm watching the closing ceremony right now. I don't really know what's going on. I do have my headphones here for when the actual closing ceremony, when the halftime show goes on, so we can talk about that as it's happening and also talk about other related football things. But let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what you guys think about this match and how we doing. How's our Sunday? Mine was very exhausting, very exhausting. I was with some friends and they have a newborn and we were going around with the park and the dogs and all sorts of things and gosh. But anyway, Vlad says, "Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby." 1-0 Spain. 1-0 Spain. Rodri man of the match says Robs. Macquarie would never be late. Well, how about you go watch Macquarie then? No, stay here. Stay here. Tanashi busy trimming the stash. I did actually trim the stash, unfortunately, but it's not gone. It's going to be back soon. I'm really sorry that the stash had to be trimmed, but it did have to be trimmed. Sorry for everyone that I've offended. Let me just move my monitor a tiny bit. Que bueno. Not surprised Tanashi is late. Aditya, come on. Leave me alone, Chief. We're going to be talking about each team just now, and each team just now, the lineups and everything else. Just saying my hellos, and I'm sorry that I'm late. And also, Tom Cruise. What's the Tommy C doing over there? You guys have noticed that I don't actually listen to anything usually usually listen to anything when I'm doing these streams, but today we have to, at least for a tiny bit. Robbie Williams is 50 years old, is a 50-year-old chav. Nice. Rob says, Tinashe, I have great news. I no longer watch games at my local homeless shelter. I upgraded to my friend's Bronx trap house. I'm happy for you, Rob. I'm happy for you. Okay, let's talk about the teams. Let's talk about the teams quickly, and then we'll do a pack. And I know a lot of people are going to be hoping that I pack some Argentine talents, but the way things are going, I'm fairly certain that we're going to be packing some Spanish players. Let me know what you guys hate watching right now. I feel like there's going to be a lot of Argentine hate watchers in the chat, but let's go over the teams quickly. So Spain. Let me open it up. We've got Oyarzabal, Baena, Yamal up top, Ruiz, Olmo, Rodri behind them. Usual. How they'll line up and how they'll actually look, the shape in game is to be seen. Whether it's going to be a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, it will be very fluid, as they always are these games. But this is a strong team. Incredibly strong. It's actually unchanged, is it not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know that says Paredes there, but that is Kubarsi. It actually is unchanged from the last game against France. And this team is just going to suffocate. This team is just going to suffocate the opposition. We already know. We can tell right now that Spain is likely going to have, it would be very surprising, rather, let's say, if they don't have over 55%, 60% possession throughout this game. I'm going to say 60% possession. It'll be very surprising if they have less than that when the final minutes, when 90 minutes is over. So we know what they're about. We know what they can do. I want to see, listen, Yamal hasn't been completely fit throughout this entire tournament. He has contributed really well. He hasn't scored as much, but he's been double, triple teamed. He's taken a lot of men off of his teammates, and that's what he can do today again. Argentina are going to be very physical. We do know that that's their game. We do know that that's how they play. And Spain have the patience, and the temperament to be able to thwart this and to be able to not actually get rattled. So It's going to be a tough game for them. Argentina, on the other hand, let's flip over here. I think this team is also unchanged from the last team. The only difference is that, well, not unchanged. Gonzalez comes in, Rodrigo De Paul comes in. There's no Simeone, which is interesting. I would have thought for this sort of game, we would have wanted. De Paul is no slouch either, but the profile that Simeone offers is quite unique. So let's see how this plays out. And the fact that we have Rodrigo De Paul, who is definitely not a wide player, neither is he an attacking player, playing on the right, and Gonzalez playing on the left, it kind of tells you what Argentina are looking to do in this game. Behind them, Tagliafico, Montiel, Romero, Alessandro Martinez, Emi Martinez. By the way, Alessandro Martinez, Emi Martinez, Christian Romero, McAllister. It's going to be a very interesting time for them when they go back to the UK and have to join up with their teams. Man United, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, after the whole Malvinas flag incident. Hydrate, by the way, if you guys haven't. We're going to have some hydration breaks. We're going to have some interesting topics to talk about today. But yeah, let me know what your score predictions are in the comments right now. And okay, we'll do a pack opening in a tiny bit. Let me just read up on some comments. Andrew says, any bets on if Trump is going to try to get into the trophy lift? He will. He's already said that I think Infantino has already said that Trump is going to he's going to be one of the people that hands over the trophy, similar to how it was in the Club World Cup. So I wouldn't be surprised if he is in all the pictures like he was for Chelsea. Let's see. Cave says, ahoy all, hopefully Spain win, but just want a good game. I really want a good game. I really, really want a good game. And I don't know if we're going to get one. I feel like everything is pointing towards this being a snooze fest. Like, the universe right now is pointing towards this game we're about to watch being a snooze fest, right? We've got, number one, the fact that finals of any kind, especially when the stakes are so high. God, look at this shot over here at the MetLife Stadium. It looks beautiful. This looks really, really good. Although the stadium is in like a very remote area, so interesting. But yeah, I mean, everything is pointing towards it. Is pointing towards a boring game. These finals are always really conservative. We've got Spain, who is a very dominant team, but not an entertaining team per se. They're going to suffocate with a lot of sideways passes. If Spain score first, then just know that we're going to get one of the most god-awful games to watch from a entertainment perspective. From a technical perspective, I think it'll be good for anyone to watch how Spain pull, Argentine players across the pitch and, retain the ball. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be good. So we have those two. Right? Conservatism, we have Spain. Then we also have the third aspect, which is that we're coming off the back of a World Cup final in 2022. That was, probably the most entertaining World Cup final of all time. Like one of the craziest World Cup finals of all time, 3-3 as it ended, and then penalties afterwards. And I just don't know if the football gods are going to give us that. Especially considering yesterday's game, France versus England, the third and third place playoff, that was the actual final that many thought was going to happen. 10 goals? How is this even possible? Nobody knows. But after all of that, I just don't think that the footballing gods are going to give us an entertaining game. Maybe that's just me. And maybe that's just me being cynical, but I don't see it. Cave. Yeah, I've already read. Sorry, you're no longer at the local homeless shelter. Congratulations to you, my friend. Things are going well. Things are going up. Join us for a game. Blyde says your stash is immaculate as always, my man. Spain 3, Argentina 3. Spain win on pens. Bold claim. Bold claim. I'm gonna go Spain 2-0. Spain 2. Krish says, I want Argentina to win and Barca boys to go on a generational run and win the treble. I am a Barca fan. I couldn't tell you were a Barca fan by the fact that you just said you wanted the Barcelona boys to win. That's interesting that you said that. Anyway. Christopher, good evening. Yes. Major Messi hate watch. Yeah. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Weather here in NYC is perfect. Ooh, are you at the game, Robs? Well, I'm guessing the fact that you're in the chat right now means you're not at the game. But happy to have you here. Lucas says, has a Brazilian. This needs to be the greatest hate watch of all time. Please, Spain, save us. Oof. The game will be boring compared to what happened yesterday. Like you said, it will be technical, but better, but entertaining. It will be boring game for sure. Let's do a pack. Let's do a pack. And you know what? We have these to entertain us. I've got a whole bunch of them. Well, I mean, I've only got like 6 left. There's not really any reason for me to buy any more after this, but we'll be opening all of them throughout this game. And let's do one. We're trying to get players from either of these teams. You guys know the deal by now. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you, man. And if you don't know, usually the team that we pack more of ends up losing. Sorry, England. That's my bad. Okay, first team, first player, first pack. Mexico. What is this? Ooh, the ball. We just packed the ball. Good pack. Good pack. Next up, Portugal. The team that I predicted would be in the World Cup final with Spain. I'm not taking any further questions. Paraguay. No further questions, no further questions. Uruguay. Morocco. And Czechia. All right. First pack down, nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it, but that means that's all good for us. You know, that means that the game is going to be exciting, to say the least. That means that we don't know who the winner is going to be. Gosh, it's so weird. It's so weird because no matter what the score is going into the final 10 minutes, you just know that this Argentina team, you just know that they can do anything. They can quite literally ruin everyone's parlays. They can ruin everyone that's hate watching's game, their day. It's what they do. It is what they do. Rob says Tom Cruise is in the stadium to prevent a terrorist attack. I mean, I didn't see Tom Cruise. I did see Ethan, though. I did hear music. He wasn't sprinting. So I'm not sure if it actually is him. But maybe we'll see that later on in the game at some point. Maybe he'll be subbed on. Who knows? Maybe instead of Messi's bodyguard running onto the pitch when the inevitable streaker goes on, maybe it'll be Tom Cruise. Because there will likely be a streaker. Let's all be real. Zarban says, make a poll on how FIFA will try to rig it for Argentina. This is, how will they try? Okay, so what are the options for that? Let all the fouls go. Give them penalties. I'm just talking about what people usually say in terms of rigging. I try not to believe in these sorts of things, even though sometimes the evidence does seem compelling, but I'm going to leave that one alone. Let's see how they try and rig the game. Well, there's been a lot of discourse lately about the future of these World Cups and whether things like hydration breaks are going to stay on. You know, how much of this World Cup is going to linger, like the new regulations are going to linger. I hope they bring a lot of it into the Premier League and into other leagues around Europe, especially things on time wasting and a lot of the rules to make it more exciting. But I don't know. Also, they're starting so late. Every game in this World Cup so far has started late. Have you guys noticed this? Why is this happening? It's very disconcerting. Hi, Tinashe. Hi, Banana. How are we doing? Liverpool aren't English, so they probably won't mind. Oh, you're talking about earlier on when I was talking about how the Argentina players holding up the Malvinas flag is going to rub their English clubs the wrong way. Yeah, I do know that Liverpool, that the Scouts do disassociate somewhat from English culture for various reasons, political reasons, but this is a football channel. We only talk about anime and football. Is Argentina going to drag it across tonight? Ballink? It's possible. Don't forget to like If you haven't, we might be in for a long evening. Luis de la Fuente. Luis de la Fuente has to be like top 5 bold people in the world, doesn't he? That was a crazy thing I just said, but we move on. Scaloni not going to show any emotion throughout the tournament. It is weird to see. I know they're doing it for the time zone reasons, and I'm happy that they're doing it, but it is so strange to see a World Cup final being played when it's so sunny out. It's time. Bruce Buffer, or is that Bruce Buffer, or is it the other Buffer, his brother? I forget which one. But it's so weird to see this time of day for a World Cup final. Kinda says, where are you from? I'm from South Africa. Zarbon says, it's New Jersey, not New York City. Okay, sorry about that. That is my bad. Spain will probably win 3 pieces. Spain will probably take a 2-goal lead in the first half, but Argentina will come back in the second half. The game will be 2-2, but we will never see a miracle in the last minute. Sorry, we will either see a miracle in the last minute or a penalty. I think that if Spain, we're about to start. Let's lock in for a second. We have started. We have indeed started. I am late to the party. Let me get the timer going. Here we go. Here we go. The World Cup, the 2026 World Cup is underway, guys. 2026 World Cup final is underway. Actually, the World Cup started about a month ago. If you are new and if you've just followed along, I just said something wrong. So if this is the first game that you're watching in this World Cup, I'm sorry about that. You've missed a lot. You missed arguably, the most entertaining game of football in this cup so far yesterday, England versus France. It wasn't the best game for sure because defenses were horrible for both sides, but it was entertaining, extremely. The stadium is 5 miles from Manhattan. Ox3 says Argentina's rugby players were just as bad as their football counterparts when they lost to England. I did not watch Argentina rugby. I did watch the Springboks yesterday against Wales. Good God. That was a battering. I'm probably going to be covering the Rugby World Cup next year on this channel. If I'm honest with you. Because it's going to be a banger. And South Africa is going to win again. Who we got, boys, says Tommy Novasetti. How are we doing, Tommy Novasetti? The most common, Frank says the most controlled team versus the fuck it, we bowl team. Probably. Del Bosque is better, says Trundle. About the best bold, top 5 bold people in the world. You're saying Del Bosque is up there? I mean, Del Bosque has a little bit of hair on his head, though, doesn't he? Luis de la Fuente is a straight up clean boldy. Like, he's just in it for the love of the game. Del Bosque, though. I don't know. He hasn't given up just yet. I haven't seen what he's been looking like lately, though, to be fair. Peter says, and there will be a massive unnecessary explosion in the background when Tom Cruise is going after the streaker. No doubt about it. Ron says, hi Tinashe, how have you been? Good luck to Argentina getting the ball off of Spain. Well, Argentina are on the ball at the moment. They don't look too out of place, but Spain are hounding them. Early days, early moments. I don't expect very much to happen in this early time, like early on in the game like this, but let us see what goes on, shall we? Alexander says, thank you for your contact. It took me through tough times. My man, we are always here. We're always making content. We're always fostering a community on this channel, and I'm really, really appreciative. Oh, by the way, 400K on the channel before the end of the my voice just cracked. Before the end of the 2026 World Cup. How crazy is that? Can't believe it. Thank you guys. Subscribe more and like the channel and like the stream, and there'll be more where this comes from, of course. No doubt about it. Bruce Buffer. Sorry. Rob says Spain's manager knows most of the squad from youth level. He knows how to get the best out of them. Yeah, I was actually... Oh, I didn't see that foul. Let's check the replay quickly before I get that thought out. on Montiel. Very clearly a foul. Who's been a lot of grabbing going on very early. We know that this is going to happen for Argentina. The Argentines know that Spain are the stronger team on the ball. I mean, it's one of the main reasons why we've got Rodrigo de Paul playing out wide on the right, isn't it? Anyway, I was reading an interesting thing, an interesting fact about Luis de la Fuente and how he knows these players so well. Spain on the attack, Lamine Yamal. Dani Olmo, Yamal. Good early chance. Ooh, good save. Good save, but horrible play there by Yamal. I would have expected a lot better from him there. Let's check this one more time. Dani Olmo. That is just his signature move for Spain, isn't it? Getting the ball just off of that, just on that left channel. Well, the near channel, passing it to someone, getting a shot. Spain on the attack yet again. Early signs, very dangerous. Only 5 minutes into the game, and Spain have had two very convincing movements. Could be a long day for Argentina. I say that as they go on a counter-attack. Simon is out. Okay. The game is, for some reason, extremely open so early. I'm in for it. I'm here for it, guys. I hope we're ready. I hope we're ready for an incredible game. If these first 6 minutes or so tell us anything about it. Yes, Unai Simon and how he knows these Spanish players. I think Unai Simon has won all of the youth tournaments because he's obviously gone through the ranks with the Spanish FA setup. He's coached a lot of the youth teams, under 20, under 17, and leading all the way up. And he's had Unai Simon as his goalkeeper all the way through. All the way through. I'll find the actual stat right now. And it explains exactly why Unai Simon has always been his starting goalkeeper when we've got guys like David Raya and Joan Garcia. Yeah, so Unai Simon has won the under-19 UEFA Euros, the under-21 UEFA Euros, the under-23 silver medal with Spain. And I think all of these were with De La Fuente, as well as the UEFA Championship, the UEFA Euros in 2024 and the Nations League in 23. So it's very clear. It's very clear that De La Fuente has his absolute favorite, which has to be Unai Simon. But apart from that, like I said, he's been through the entire youth setup with these players. So he knows them inside and out. That's why he's able to get the best out of them without they ever looking like an abject superstar. And look at how they're playing right now. Spain on the ball. Pedro Porro has just been fouled. Pedro Porro has just been fouled after attempting a 1-2 in the middle with Oyarzabal. No call. Let's take a look at this one more time. Very clearly a foul there. Nothing. What is going on here? We're going to have calls of rigging immediately. Oi. Okay, we'll do another poll just now on the supposed rigging. Again, I don't particularly want to believe these things, but everyone does. Spain on the attack again. It's been a tough first 10 minutes, first 8 minutes for Argentina. They cannot get anything in. They're being suffocated. Is this the same stadium where the Club World Cup was being played? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Fabian Ruiz has already lost in the stadium, by the way. So that might factor into it. Lost against Chelsea. And in that game, the team that everyone expected was going to lose actually won. So I don't know. If you look at the match odds at the moment, you see Spain and Argentina are quite close. 2.25 to 1 to Spain and 3.6 to 1 for Argentina. It is quite close. But obviously Spain is being favored, especially with this first 9 minutes or so. It looks like it might be a long day. for Argentina. Rob says Spain's manager knows most of the squad from youth level. He knows how to get the best out of them. Yes. We just said that. Halftime bingo. Congrats on 400k. Thank you very much. Letty V says, when are you modding me? Donald Trump in the building. He is being shown the World Cup trophy. Interesting. A lot of opinions on that one, I think. Jason Lee says, did you catch the amazing goal fest yesterday? One of the most entertaining matches of this World Cup. I didn't watch the first half. I did watch the second half. And I'm very upset that I didn't watch the first half. This is the game that should have been the final, isn't it? What a shame. What a shame for all of us. Bukayo Saka scoring a hat-trick in one of the most... in like basically... like the way France was playing was essentially... they approached it as a consolation game. They did not care very much. I'm not exactly entirely sure that the English defense cared too much either, which is why I'm hesitant to say that it was like a great game from a technical standpoint, but very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. The Arsenal fans will be very happy. Their centre-back, the best centre-back, probably the best centre-back in the team, William Saliba, is out for about 5 months, but they got to watch their star boy score a hat-trick in a World Cup third-place playoff after England didn't even use him whatsoever against Argentina when they probably should have. They probably should have. Letty says, where are the cards tonight? Yeah, there've been quite a couple of fouls so far. Wait, I haven't even put on my rotating screen yet. Sorry about that, guys. Also, this is wrong. Sync everything, pull the stats. There we go. Yeah. I mean, there haven't been too many fouls yet, to be fair. To be entirely fair. So we can't go off and saying that, asking where the cards are. But there was one foul earlier on Porro, which I saw, which was not called. So maybe that's why. There haven't been that many fouls specifically. I guess it takes you having to watch the game to see what's going on over there. Rob says, Chelsea won the Club World Cup at MetLife. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Deja Brewski says, no, you're thinking of the MetLife. No, this is the MetLife. I believe you're thinking about the Cole Palmer Memorial Stadium. Is Cole Palmer playing in this game? Is Cole Palmer playing in this game and England playing in this game and being able to show exactly what he's made of if Thomas Tuchel takes him to the World Cup? I don't know. Also, why is the momentum bar not working? Come on. Embarrassing. Argentina has started, says Mark Andrews. Let's see. Arham says, Salam, Tinashe. Like I said before, not watching this match, just tapping into your stream. You should watch the match. Spain with a corner. Olmo gets the ball taken off of him at the last minute, but they still have it. God, it has just been one-way traffic throughout this entire thing. Yamal. Spain are just biding their time. I mean, we can see right now, we're looking at 64% possession for Spain, 36% for Argentina. And I can only see it getting worse. The only time Messi actually has gotten on the ball so far was a breakaway where Unai Simon read it perfectly. But watch out for that, because the break is going to be has the potential to be very detrimental for Spain. And Unai Simon throughout this tournament already has shown a propensity to come out of his goal when he maybe doesn't need to. And he hasn't been punished for it he hasn't been punished for it yet because of errors from other teams, not necessarily because of recovery by him. So let's see. Like, I'm thinking about the Desiree Doué chance late against France, where inexplicably he comes out and Doué just doesn't do anything about the advantage that's been given to him. General Tagatashi says, I don't think it's rigged, but the referees have been instructed to let the game flow early with minimal bookings, and Argentina abused that. I think that more or less aligns with how I feel too, if I'm being completely honest. Spain's focus and discipline will prevail, more than likely. But just watch out, because Argentina have the ability to throw all that discipline out the window. All it takes is Lionel Messi drifting onto that right-hand side. Dani Olmo is down. Let's take a look at this foul. I mean, very clearly, I don't think that was a super controlled foul there by McAllister. Olmo does catch him by standing on him, but obviously that's not intentional. McAllister does come into the challenge with his boot high. Fair enough. Spain free kick. I'm willing to let that one slide because it was called as a foul. Let's see. Zarbon says, don't make excuses for rigging. I'm not making excuses for rigging. I just don't want to believe it. Maybe it's because I'm just naive, but I just don't want to believe it. All the big celebrities are in the house today. By the way, tickets for this World Cup. Insane. For this World Cup final, rather. Let me see. Are they still selling them? This will be an interesting exercise. I'm going to go on to SeatGeek. No, I'll go on to FIFA, actually, because FIFA is selling them. I'm pretty sure you can't actually buy a ticket right now and then rock up to the stadium at halftime. I wonder, but let's see if they're still selling them. Last minute sales, buy now. Yeah, of course. Of course, I want to. Making me go jump through hoops right now. Trying to make me confirm that I'm not a robot. I am a robot. I am AI. And I'm just trying to scan this right now. Just let me. Okay, I'm not signing into anything. You know what? If you guys want to figure out how much tickets are, then you have to check yourselves. I'm not. FIFA's asking me to sign in. It's not happening. Let's check on SeatGeek. Check Konate's rating from last night. Where? On which platform should I check his rating? Okay, so the cheapest ticket, Argentina with a free kick in, but it just drifts out wide. Gonzalez lets it run. The cheapest ticket for the World Cup final on SeatGeek is $5,000, which I think is a steal. I think that's an absolute steal, if I'm honest with you. If you guys still want to go and watch the World Cup final, go on SeatGeek, $5K. Not bad. You mean Lamine Yamal? Up against Tagliafico, gets the better of him, crosses it in. Ooh, Emi Martinez down very well to get the ball. Very, very well. Okay, the game is opening up a little bit right now. We love to see it. Rodri will be man of the match, says Robs. Probably. If Spain win the game and are able to exhibit any sort of control, I'm fairly certain that we will see Rodri being named as the man of the match. Lair TV says, the bingo cards, Tinashe Focus. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Will Farrell and Copa 90. Did I say something crazy? That's my bad. Straight Squiggle says there is precedent for rigging when we look at Serie A scandal and South Korean World Cup. I'm not saying that rigging doesn't happen. By the way, Argentina are through. Great defense by Pedro Porro. Obvious foul on Dani Olmo, not being called though. Comes back now for the foul. Good, referee. Opening sticker packs this game. Oh yeah, we'll do them at. We've got a couple of them over here. We'll be doing them during the hydration breaks and halftime. It is going to be a halftime show. The halftime show is going to be half an hour, apparently. So we will be listening in. I've got my headphones here. And we'll be chatting about it. We'll be going through. We'll be critiquing it. Whatever is going to be happening, I'm not expecting it to be a goodie. But who knows? Not the most entertaining so far, but definitely more entertaining than I thought it would be. Both teams are showing a desire to get forward. Not much risks being taken so far, though. FOTMob. You want me to check Konate's rating on FOTMob? I will. Let's double check it. It's probably absolutely abysmal. I can only imagine. Like neither of those teams came out to actually try and defend in this game. It's been somewhat stop-start so far. Yeah, that is probably a foul there by Olmo on Enzo Fernandez. Lineups there. 4.5. Oof. Not the best. But if we're being completely fair over here, he got 4.5. Mike Maignan got 4.7. Rabiot got 4.9. So Jason Lee says, last time I checked, during round of 32, finals tickets were going for 32K. Maybe. Peter says, no way, half an hour, halftime show. Did I hear outrage about that? How did I not hear outrage about that? It's been quite loud. This halftime show is going to be, I'm pretty sure it's going to be booed in the stadium. Well, will it be booed? Because the people that are in that stadium right now are probably not, the most diehard of football fans, somewhat being priced out, I would say. So perhaps it's not going to be as controversial as many believe, to the people in the stadium, at least. But we'll see. We'll see what it's all about. I was not very impressed with the 2025 Club World Cup halftime show. Anyway, here's a question. On the teams right now, who do you think is better? Or what do you guys think when we compare the 2010 Spain team versus the 2026 Spain team? I mean, in my eyes, in my opinion, it's not really a competition. Argentina not really able to get their flow. Messi has just passed it straight into the front, but it's been deemed offsides. Yeah, Julian Alvarez not having gone into the game so much yet. Give it time. Give Messi time. Yeah, Spain 2010 versus Spain 2026. It's obvious that the 2010 team was more complete, but are we looking at it from a more nostalgic perspective? Because of how likable those players were, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Alonso, David Silva, all those guys. When you look at the actual control that was achieved by either team, Spain with an opportunity, Oyarzabal through, but he might have been offsides, I think. Oyarzabal didn't even try to go for the ball. Anyway, when we look at the actual control that was being displayed by either team, I do wonder how they'll match up. Because this Spanish side, against each respective competition that they faced, this Spanish side have been, I don't remember it looking as easy for the 2010 team as it does for this current team. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll do a poll for that. Anyway, 1,000 people have voted so far that the winner is going to be Argentina. Sorry, it's going to be Spain against Argentina. So 72% Spain. Fair enough. Let's do a poll. I'll say who was more dominant, not who was better or who had the better team. And that answer might change. And that answer is most certainly going to change based on the outcome of this match, or most certainly will have a lot of more a more interesting dynamic to it based on the outcome of this match. But let's see. Because if you look at it from a man for man perspective, this Spain team don't really have any dominant out and out striker. For example, like the last out and out striker that Spain had was Alvaro Morata. The last consistent one they had was Alvaro Morata. That one in 2010 had Fernando Torres and David Villa. Just for example. If we're being completely honest, was this a foul on Messi? Hydration break? If we're all being completely honest, that was so soft. If that would have been a foul on Messi. Okay. Oyarzabal is playing like he's a bit scared. Even like in that situation over there where he thought that he was offsides, you would think that he would be fighting for it nonetheless, because that's kind of what he has to do. Instead of just conceding because he felt that it might have been disallowed. Anyway, let's do another pack opening really quick. We haven't gotten any players from this game so far. But maybe we're about to change that, aren't we? Okay, first up, Australia. Can you see that? Can you see that properly? Yeah, that's good. Canada. This is going to be a tough one. Switzerland. If only we had done this yesterday. France, Desiree Doué. Oh my God, Desiree Doué. What the hell is going on with Desiree Doué? The last two games for him have been utterly atrocious. Utterly atrocious. He was horrible yesterday against England. I don't understand what's going on with him at all. Meanwhile, he's going to go back to France. I mean, he's only 20 years old, I believe. He's going to go back to France. He's going to boss it. But yeah, that was atrocious behavior from him. Anyway, Uzbekistan, Haiti, and finally, Uruguay. Rochette. Sergio Rochette. Halftime break. I didn't even tell you guys, by the way, but please hydrate. Sorry, hydration break. Please hydrate. It's highly likely that we have hydration breaks in future World Cups, by the way. I just don't see any way. I don't see any way that that FIFA is going to look at the amount of money that's being made and decide to let go. It just makes no sense to me. Like, let me look at some of these statistics for the amount of money that's being made. Jeez, this game is just full of celebrities. Is that Adria Broda? That's what we expect, right? We do expect that to be the case, but Jesus. We know exactly who was being targeted and who was being marketed to, don't we? For all being completely real. Let's fix this. 27. Let's fix the time. Boom. Yeah, we know exactly who this game was being marketed to. But yeah, so just on the hydration breaks. Group stage, so the breakdown was the group stage ad revenue was roughly 1.2 to 1.5 million dollars for 3-minute ads. That's for each game that happened. For knockout games, 2.5 to 3 million for the 3 minutes. And then for the finals, it's being reported that it's going to be $10 million per hydration break. And this is for Fox, like Fox alone. So we don't even know what's going to be happening for all the different broadcasters around the world. Like, I mean, I'm in Austria right now, and they're showing so many, like, the amount of ads that are being showed, every single federation is getting in on it, or every single country is getting in on it. No yellow. That was insane. That foul there on Yamal, obviously at least a yellow card. They're really not helping themselves, these referees. They're really not helping themselves with the allegations here. But anyway, on the actual prices, every single country is benefiting. Most countries are benefiting. All the European countries that will tell you that they're holding the game in high regard. Germany are very loud. German people and German pundits and commentators are very loud about how they oppose it. But all these companies that are paying their salaries are benefiting heavily. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them come back later on. Cucurella with a good steal, but it stepped in. Argentina back on the ball. Passed it to absolutely nobody. And we're out for a throw-in for Spain, deep in their own territory. You know, that's good. That's good for gaining some ground. Never a foul for Messi. That's from earlier on. You're saying, am I missing the 55? Saying, am I missing any countries? What do you mean? That was a risky header back there by Cucurella. Quite a bit of force. If Unai Simon didn't judge that correctly, that could be a very embarrassing goal. But Spain back on the attack. Rodri. I was talking to someone the other day, and could you believe it? They were telling me that they don't think that Fabian Ruiz is world class. Unbelievable. Great ball by Yamal, but well defended by Alessandro Martinez on Dani Olmo. Yeah, Yamal's going to be looking to make those plays all game long. Aditya says, this World Cup was fun with little football in between. Oh, this World Ad Cup was fun with little football in between. Funny. It's a goodie. That's a goodie. Rob says, Trevor Noah has been great covering this World Cup. He has been. He's probably doing a watch party right now. I wouldn't be surprised. The fact that you guys are here right now is odd to me. Refs protecting Argentina. FIFA is raking in the dough, says Robs. Refs protecting Argentina was blind. General Takatashi says the UK has shown no ads in the hydration breaks. That's surprising. Well, I mean, it's not that surprising because there would be actual revolt in the streets if that happened. Need I remind everyone of the Super League? Cucurella wins the ball high up the pitch. And my stream is just frozen. Fantastic. Let's reload that up. Yeah, Spain are just happy. Spain look quite happy to just calm the ball down as soon as they need to recycle. It's quite a marvel watching them do this. Trundle the Great says, to be fair, FIFA don't get the money, but it does make the broadcasting rights more valuable or expensive. Talking about the ad breaks. That's exactly what I was getting at. That's what I was getting at earlier on when I did say Fox was making that money from those ads, and a lot of the broadcasters are making that money. That's why I feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure to retain these hydration breaks. Because I guarantee you, in the next couple of weeks, foul there on McAllister, but how that is called as a foul, but how several other challenges aren't, is quite interesting. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of pressure. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to see a lot of stats come out for the amount that was earned in this World Cup. For all the different countries, FIFA's going to release their own stats, all that sort of stuff. And it's going to surprise a lot of people. And I highly doubt these corporations are going to want that to stop anytime soon. Free kick for Argentina. Messi on the ball. Let's see what you can do. I believe this is one of the first set pieces. Passes it to the side. Nothing comes of it. Ooh. Messi trying to back himself in his pace. Acting like he's not a 39-year-old. Although he is still quite a quick guy. The 55 says missing any countries in the Panini sticker book is what I meant. I do have some Colombia. Can I be honest with you? I haven't even put them all into the book yet. So whether I'm missing some or not, I wouldn't be able to tell you at the moment. Unfortunately. Rob says FIFA executive Chuck Blazer rented an apartment in Trump Tower for his cats. That's true. I think he was paying like $5,000 a month for that apartment. No, he was paying I think it was reported to be like $18,000. Cucurella with a ball drilled into the box, but it was dealt with by Argentina. And it was offsides as well. Argentina are having all hands on deck as soon as Spain get into that box. Look at this. Was he even offsides? I don't know. I think the fact that the move didn't actually amount to anything means that they're not going to go back to check it. But that was questionable. That was touch and go there. So Chuck Blazer, yeah, he was the FIFA representative for the US delegation. $18,000 a month for his apartment. This was like 10 years ago. And then $5,000 for an apartment for his cats, which is quite an interesting life to live, don't you think? Martinez. The 55 says, I thought that was Tom Kenny, SpongeBob voice actor. No idea what he looks like. He's probably in the stadium right now. Could be him. Trundle says FBI got him too. Yeah, FBI got Chuck Blazer, and they got a whole bunch of people. They got who was that guy? Jack Warner. He was the president of the Trinidad and Tobago FA, if I remember correctly, who was just taking all this money from FIFA. They do say that ultimately the reason that the US got the World Cup was to appease a lot of the US government, because they felt they had been shafted out of getting a World Cup, because some of them were awarded to South Africa, and then to Russia, and then Qatar. So the US believe they should have gotten 2022, I think. So there is a lot of, 2018, sorry. So there is some belief, conspiracy theories that say that is the reason why they launched the FBI investigation on FIFA, and the reason why FIFA ultimately gave them the World Cup this year. I don't know if that's true. You guys can be the judge of that. Mostly Spain traffic here, isn't it? Praying for Spain 4-0. The way it's playing right now, we're going to get Spain 1-0. If Spain are able to score first, meaning that Argentina need to open up, we're going to have a very fascinating game indeed. Every time that Argentina break away, and actually look like they might be on the counter, Rodri is there. Rodri has done phenomenal work so far in this game. Absolutely phenomenal. Maniac says not looking good for Argentina. Not at all. But you know what? You can say it's not looking good because of the pressure that's been mounting, but Spain still haven't had any meaningful attempts on goal. Apart from, Yamal had one earlier in the game, but let's say in the last 10 minutes or so. Spain haven't had all too much in terms of meaningful attempts yet. But for all this possession that they've got, you'd imagine that something is coming, and they are trying to push forward until right now. Oyarzabal with a shot! Oh, and a save by Emi Martinez straight into his hands. Straight into his hands, but just like that, as I'm talking about how they haven't had any meaningful opportunities, they have one right there. Nothing came of it, but that's a warning sign. Decent effort, either side of Martinez, and it looks a bit harder, but that's how quickly it can happen. Dingleberry Productions says, why don't Argentina play some football? That's a strange question. You're asking me, what do you mean? What do you mean, why don't Argentina play some football? Argentina don't play football. They play rugby. Rugby champions 2022. Rugby world champions 2022. No, I'm joking. Like, it's the same thing as the France game. Spain are just so much, like, they're just so much better and so much more control. Just look at how they, I want to look at how they deal with this Argentina pressure. I mean, this Argentina move right now. There's no way through. As soon as Argentina get into a dangerous position, it's going to be, I'm fairly certain that this is going to break down. Except for when Messi's on the ball. Oh, this is the furthest that they've gone in a while, but the ball does not go. You see, this is what happens when you have Rodrigo de Paul on your right wing. The quality of the balls into the box is not going to be as high as you think. And the first yellow card comes out for Lisandro Martinez. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Argentina have a yellow. And it's not what you want to have your centre-back on a yellow so early in the game. Atrocious foul as well. Can we be completely real? From behind, very deserving of a yellow card. Not deserving of a red, but higher than yellow, in my opinion. The Shapes of Snatcher says Argentina have done the unthinkable and made people cheer for Cucurella. Why do you not like Cucurella? Can you tell me? Tell me why you don't like Marc Cucurella. Is it because of his hair? Is it because he's a bit of a trash talker? Is it because of that Paella song? I'm not going to lie to you. All of those are valid reasons. A informed Rodri City are winning the Premier League next season. You think so? Maybe an informed Rodri with Pep Guardiola are winning the Premier League. I can see there being some major problems with City next year, but for the same reasons, I could very easily see them pulling through. Pedro Porro balling through, but no one is chasing. Emi Martinez slows it down and carries and slows the game down. Yeah, you need to get it a bit under control right now. Get some possession for Argentina. Bayana and Oyarzabal keep letting Argentina win the first ball. Yeah, it's not looking good. Every second, the first goal is debatable. The first ball is debatable, but every second goal is being won by the Spanish. Just like that. I mean, horrible ball by Alexis McAllister to just give possession back. If Argentina do end up winning this game, I think the legacy of this team is going to be quite murky. People already talk about how the 2022 win was, rigged and all of that, but they're going to just look at this team as Cucurella with a shot. Ooh, just wide. Just wide. Yeah, people are always talking about this Argentina team as they did not deserve the 2022 World Cup. But if they end up winning here, it's just going to be about how bad they were and how sloppy they are early in the game. Like that pass over there by Alexis McAllister. Like that's extremely, extremely poor stuff. And it's been like that throughout the entire game for them. Robs says, I work in investment banking. The behavior of FIFA executives doesn't surprise me. The top 1% are corrupt sociopaths. Without revealing too much, Robs, I have a few good friends as well that work in investment banking, and they have They have confirmed exactly what you just said. A couple of friends who work in investment banking for very large American institutions. I'll leave it that way. If I get raided during this stream, then just know that it was because of what I just said. So you guys are all my witness. Jay Ogayo says my other message was auto-corrected. Oh, Kukurea playing like prime Marcelo. Been wondering where I saw that afro the entire World Cup until I remembered Marcelo. Is Sandro Martinez off? Oof. Nicholas Otamendi on. Martinez injured. I have to imagine that it was an injury. And of course, he's going to return to Manchester United with an injury. This is nice. This is brilliant. This is exactly why I watched this game. And Lisandro Martinez was my only reason. He was the only thing that was making me slightly root for Argentina. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not looking good. Victor Wembanyama in the building. Aditya says, I always like Kukurea and predicted his Madrid move last year. I think it was quite obvious. Christian says, enjoyed watching a couple matches with you, bro. What a tournament. Take care, bro. Time for clubs. Yes. Yes. We will be doing a lot fewer watch-alongs when club football comes on because we'll be talking more on it. But first off, ball through for Lionel Messi, but read well by Unai Simon. Read well by Unai Simon. And that's kind of been exactly what Argentina have been confined to throughout this half. These speculative long balls over the top to either Messi or Alvarez. Messi does not have the legs to get there on time. Alvarez, he hasn't been in position correctly for them. And then you see this. Gonzalez runs down the wing. Decent chance for Argentina. But he gets pickpocketed immediately. And this is happening all across the pitch. Kukurea with a horrible ball that goes straight into touch. Lovely. Banana says, Lisandro injured. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Marcus Garcia, isn't Rodri getting surgery? Not that I know of, but you could be right. You could be right. I haven't been following that, per se. Rodri is getting surgery. T. Noda says, Rodri is getting surgery after the game, I'm pretty sure. Which will make, if Spain go on to win this, it'll make his performance throughout this tournament all the more sweet. I think that he's probably favored for the Ballon d'Or if Spain win. Yamal will get a lot of PR, but I think Rodri will also. And for being so established and Yamal being still a teenager, I think that it'll probably go towards. That's an interesting question. Let me pose that in a let me put that in a poll quickly. Who's gonna win who wins the Ballon d'Or if Spain win the game? Interesting question. Win the World Cup. Oof. There's been so many moments throughout this game where Spain have just they've had a great run from a player breaking through, beating his man, but they just can't find that final ball. But it's been happening all game long. Looks this foul here on, that is definitely a foul on Messi by Yarthabal. Fair enough. Who wins the Ballon d'Or if Spain win the tournament? Fabian Ruiz is also a good shout, but I don't know if he has the PR. I'll put him in. Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, and Lamine Yamal. There we go. And the first half is about to end. Hasn't been too entertaining, but it has been some good, absolutely incredible defense by Spain. Argentina haven't looked threatening at all throughout. But wait, let me actually wait until the half is actually fully over, which will be over in a couple seconds before going over that. Not much to talk about, really. Both teams have exhibited. Okay, halftime. Halbzeit, and it is 0-0. Argentina 0, Spain 0. What can we say? Sorry. What can we say about this half? Not the greatest. Not the greatest, if we're being completely honest. You know, both teams have exhibited exactly what we thought both teams would, and they've played exactly how we've come to they've played in a way that reflects exactly what we've come to expect of both of them throughout the tournament. Spain showing a lot of domination, you know, a lot of the ball, a lot of possession, a lot of control. They've worked some good opportunities, but their final ball hasn't really been on it. And that's been a real criticism of them throughout this tournament. Yes, they've only conceded one goal, which is crazy, but they can't finish very well. Otherwise, they wouldn't have slumped towards that result against Cabo Verde. They wouldn't have, struggled against Belgium in the way that they did. So, listen, the game is still in their hands more so than it is in Argentina's. So they've got that to look forward to. But Argentina, on the other hand, what are we expecting? We all know that they grow into games. We all know that they take some time to actually, string things together, and they're also very reactive. So the fact that nothing has happened in the game isn't really an indicator of any team being more likely to win. I still think that Spain are going to score first, and I think that Spain are ultimately going to win, and they'll be able to handle the barrage that Argentina will throw at them and the change in shape that Argentina will ultimately produce. Because at the moment they're playing with two up front with Alvarez and Messi. If, later on the game, if crunch time starts to come in, which we know that it will with this Argentina side, Messi's going to move on to the right. They're going to start overloading the box. There's going to be a lot of problems that the Spanish side has to deal with. But for now, it's a final. It's a World Cup final. Anyone that's watched one of these before, typically, apart from last year, our last World Cup final, and also, I guess, apart from the one before that, 2018, the 4-1, was it 4-1 or 4-2? Apart from those ones, they're never really that entertaining. There isn't all that much to talk about, so it is what it is. It is what it is. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the game so far? Who do you think's been in the ascendancy? Who do you think is going to eventually come out on top based on what you've seen so far? V1 Rat. Hello. Yes, I did just tell you what I thought of the first half. Not the flashiest, but it is what it is. Football is a game of two halves. M might. If Rodri scores in this match, he wins the Ballon d'Or, most likely. If only the journalists knew ball. Yeah. Victor Munoz for Ballon d'Or. Santiago Munoz for Ballon d'Or, actually. Trundle says, if you had time to create a second channel, what would be the subject? Probably rugby. Yeah, but I have some. I'll tell you guys right now for free. I'll probably be doing some rugby content, probably on this channel, if I'm honest with you, for the Rugby World Cup next year. Raven says, what about Ruiz? He's been flying under the radar quite a bit. Yes, you're talking about Ballon d'Or winners or possible Ballon d'Or winners. We all know Yamal is winning it if Spain wins it, says Tommy Novasetti. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I think that, listen, Rodri has a lot of PR to his name too. And I would say that he has been Spain's best player in this tournament up until this point. Potato Ice says, bruh, does club football not matter when it is a World Cup year? Not that much. Not as much as you would think that it does. It does matter. But listen, the World Cup is the World Cup. There's a reason why, if you go back to World Cup years, like typically the winner either was in the World Cup final or won it. Like, think back to every year, every Ballon d'Or win for the past how many years? Like, I can pull it up right now. But off the top of my head, I can already say, like, dating back to 2006, Fabio. Well, let's go back to 2002. Ronaldo, Brazil. Ronaldo wins the World Cup. Ronaldo wins the Ballon d'Or. 2006, Fabio Cannavaro. Italy win the World Cup. Cannavaro wins the Ballon d'Or. 2010 was Messi. That was the exception. 2010 was the exception because a lot of people were saying that it should have been Iniesta or Xavi, right? 2014, Germany win the World Cup. Messi wins again, but he was in the final. So that still stands. 2018, Modric wins, but he was in the final. So that still stands. 2022, Messi wins the World Cup. Messi wins the Ballon d'Or. 2026, I find it hard to believe it's going to be anybody else. I think that Kane might be like, he might have a bit of a push, but I don't think, he's been sleeping at the wheel for the past like 3 games in the World Cup. He didn't even play yesterday. Did he play yesterday? I can't actually remember. Did he play yesterday? I mean, yesterday's game was all about Bukayo Saka, so I don't think that Kane played. Oh yeah, I didn't even need to look up the Ballon d'Or. I didn't even need to look it up. That's crazy. That's ball knowledge right there. It's fun. Henry says it's a final. I personally do not expect entertaining football, but I'm enjoying the match, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. I would think that at this point, the audience that sort of watches my channel per se, I'm not sure how many people are what you would consider to be casual fans. I mean, at least when I make videos, it's definitely with the knowledge or with the intention of talking to people that know kind of what's going on and going into detail on that subject matter. So I would expect that people watching this game can see the beauty in the technical and tactical side of it. But let me know what you guys think. That would be an interesting poll if you guys consider yourselves to be casuals or casual viewers or more diehard viewers. And also, what would you consider a casual viewer to be? A bit of a tangent. We'll do a pack opening right now, and I'll stop yapping. But in my opinion, I think I would classify a casual viewer to be somebody. I've had this conversation before. To be somebody who watches less than 38 games a year. I'll put it that way. Less than 38 games a year, and that includes everything. That includes Premier League, La Liga, UCL, League Cup, Copa del Rey, DFB Pokal. If you watch less than 38 games across that, then I would say you're probably a casual viewer. Let me know what you think about those stipulations. I fell asleep? Really? Says Apple. I just got here. Have the packs hinted at who will win the game, says Hassan. No, they haven't. We've opened 2 so far. We haven't gotten any Argentine or Spanish players yet. Oh yeah, so we do have a 30-minute World Cup halftime show. Oh, it's on right now? Am I watching it right now? Is that Madonna? Oh. I didn't even notice. Is this one? Are we watching the right thing? Yeah, it is. Okay, there's Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. I'm not even listening to it. Gosh, it looks so polished. Man, I want to watch some football. Anyway, what were we talking about just now? Casuals, if you consider yourself casual or not. Let me do that poll. So most of you think that, oh, you know what? This is interesting. Before we do the next one, who wins the Ballon d'Or if Spain wins the tournament? Fabian Ruiz, Rodri, and Lamine Yamal. We've got a split of 44% each between Rodri and Lamine Yamal. That's never happened before when we do these, and that's interesting to see. Okay, they're on the pitch right now. Ronaldo and Ronaldinho. I believe they couldn't get Neymar for reasons. Okay, well, that's interesting to see. Let's do a new poll, whether you consider yourself casual or not. How about that? Casual or diehard. Those are the two. Maybe we'll do a third one in between. I'll just say in between. Okay. Sorry, I have to catch up on some chats. That's my bad. Bring back France versus England. Yes, time for 30 minutes of Ice Spice versus Ice Spice performance. Yeah, probably. Plans for channel membership perks. I think I'll definitely get on to doing more member only reaction type stuff, and more member only type videos, because I mean, I set up the channel membership a long time ago, but I didn't really do too much with it. But a lot of people have decided to join as channel members, but I didn't really ask for any of it. But I think that there seems to be an appetite for it. So yeah, there will be probably some membership perks coming up within, as we get into the new season, as I've had a bit more time to think it through and really give you guys some value for it. Serena says, would love some rugby content. Let's go Springboks. Yeah. Naira says, do you have a girlfriend or boyfriend? I have a girlfriend. Deja Brewski says, available as a celebrity guest appearance for next year's Rugby World Cup content. Ooh. Hell yeah. Form guide is unnecessary. Of course, both teams won their last 5 games, says Low. Not everyone knows that. I think it's unnecessary to you because you're probably someone that's tapped in. Unemployed says, what was 2010 Ballon d'Or excuse? Yeah, well, I guess we spoke about that earlier on. Messi. Not an excuse. Just Lionel Messi. Even though I think Iniesta should have won that year. Joe says, I got into this channel because I was a casual. Mm-hmm. Straight Squiggles, I've always found this question interesting. Oh, Ted Lasso. You know what? I have never watched Ted Lasso before. I might be the only one. Banana says, Tinashe, why would Rodri win the Ballon d'Or? He only played 21 Premier League games this season. It's about PR, man. It's about PR. Whether he played 21 Premier League games this season or not, he has been absolutely effective in this World Cup, where everybody is watching. Do I have to remind you that Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or in 2022 after having a pretty good first half of the season for PSG and then virtually disappearing as soon as the league reconvened after the 2022 World Cup? So there is precedent for this. And Rodri had an okay game. Rodri played decently when he was actually fit. Deja Brewski says they have the halftime show playing on the background screen in Supersport Studio on mute while the panel chats. Yeah, I don't really have any interest in watching this right now. I'll put the headphones in just now so we can tap into it a little bit. Winston says, I watch less than 38 games a year, but I watch all your videos. Oh, appreciate that. Flygan says, love you, Football Iconic, but no Rodri or Yamal wins. But no way Rodri or Yamal wins if Spain wins. Kane is just a strong candidate. I beg to differ, man. I really do beg to differ. I think Kane is a strong candidate, and I think Kane will finish top 3. But his last 2 games in this World Cup have been atrocious. The Norway game and the Argentina game were horrible for Kane. Absolutely horrible. I don't know if he even played yesterday. In the third place one. So, but I mean, let's see. Anything can happen. Rob says, being an American football fan, respect not saying soccer is a unique experience. How so? Explain to us. Let us all know. Let us know what you think. Go on Tax says, I'm a mad casual, love too many sports to watch all the games. For all of them, I just watch playoffs, tournaments, and finals if I can find them. Fair enough. I think that's probably, that describes me with NBA. Like I'm literally probably the worst casual. Like if you were to talk to a diehard NBA fan or NBA watcher, and then kind of like tell them my NBA viewing habits. I probably watched 2 full NBA games a year. And it's mostly because of time zone stuff, sure. But like I'll wake up to watch a highly anticipated finals game. Like I think I watched the one where OG Anunoby I was about to say the goal. Can you believe it? Scored the winning point late on with the Spurs versus Knicks game to turn the tie around and make it 3-1. So I watched that one. But I don't think I've watched any other NBA games this year. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Vicky Sharma says, unless Spain can score at least 2 goals before 65-minute mark, it will be an Argentina game. Argentina will go all guns blazing in the last 15 minutes. This is where best defense shatters. Good take. Burna Boy and Shakira dancing. I guess they're singing the Die Die song. Anyone who's listening, let me know what it's like. Anyone who's listening to what's going on, let me know what the halftime show is like. Ted Lasso. Yeah, he's there. Flygun says, consider the calendar year goal record Messi set in 2012. Kane will most likely break it, a record we thought was unbreakable. This is true. But what did he win other than the Bundesliga, which Bayern Munich win every year anyway? And I know that he's been immaculate. And I think, I've said this many times, I personally think that Harry Kane is the best player in the world. Or at least based on the last 365 days, that's what I think. That's what I've just said about him only winning Bundesliga and then disappearing in the biggest competitions. And the Champions League, by the way, he wasn't fantastic against PSG either. It factors into the voting. All of this factors in. And you guys know this, by the way. Everyone knows this. It's not about who the best player in the world is. It's about who the best player on the team that wins a lot of things is. All says, do you think Mbappe has potential for MLS yet, or does he need a couple more seasons in Europe to be good enough? Here's the thing about Kylian Mbappe. Like, El Dictator is great. He is good. The only thing is, I just don't think he has the physicality, the grit, the spatial awareness to be able to compete at that high of a level. I mean, we're talking about the MLS right now, okay? We're not talking about, La Liga, Premier League, UCL, whatever. This is ridiculous. Let's get out of here with that. I mean, we're talking about the pinnacle of the sport. Look at where the World Cup is being played. Can we be... I don't think you guys actually understand what's going on over here. Can we be completely real for a second? Look at where the World Cup is being played. I mean, it is utterly outrageous for anybody to think that Kylian Mbappe is even near good enough to compete at that kind of a level. And if that's you, unsubscribe, leave the stream right now. Leave the stream right now. You have less ball knowledge than all the children that are jumping up and down on the field right now. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. He's a disgrace. He's a disgrace. Anyway. Tommy Novasetti, Knicks vs Spurs, correct. Correct. Mr. Glugly, I only follow football every 2 years for internationals. Guess I'm lucky to be from a country that reaches finals, lol. Where are you from? Mr. Gluglu? Mr. Glugly. Where are you from? Sorry, your name is interesting to pronounce. Ed Sheeran is losing it at the halftime show. Like laughing, losing it. James Taylor. James, hello. Good to see you. Only started following football right before the last World Cup. Been an enjoyer of football iconic videos ever since pretty much. Congrats on hitting 400K onto Millie. Ooh, unbelievable. Listen, thank you very much, by the way. I really appreciate that. I'm going to be doing this for as long as I possibly can. For as long as you guys are willing to deal with me ranting about, silly football takes and calling this a job. I'm going to do it as for as long as you guys allow me to. So hope maybe we'll get to 1 million one day. Who knows? Let's see. Very much appreciated. Veram Sultan says, I don't watch football properly now since I stopped playing regularly, but I keep up with it since the European scene. I keep up with, the European scene through your channel. I'm much more into football history than present day. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, one of the reasons I even started this channel was because of how bad Manchester United are. So I was more into history too than present day football. Sid Comics says, first time here to distract from the halftime show. It just hit me that I could have watched along with you the whole tournament. What a miss. Don't worry about it, man. You haven't missed very much. I will still be doing watch-alongs for like the bigger games, like Classico games, Man United versus Liverpool games, title deciders, all that stuff. But definitely not as frequent as this, because I do want to make more videos, and I'm sitting on basically like 2 long form ones right now that probably should have been out a lot earlier. One of them is the football season, is the 25-26 review, which will come out in about a week or 2, but should have been out a while ago. But World Cup is going to World Cup. Jay Ogoya says, what did PK think of fumbling Shakira? Who knows? We don't want to get into that. Utter woke nonsense. Congrats on 400K. Thank you, Gunther. Interesting name, Gunther. What do you think about Xabi Alonso and Chelsea? It's a good match, but let's see what they can do. Chelsea might move like an actually competitive team. They just got Morgan Rogers too, right? They beat Arsenal to Morgan Rogers. Okay. Mitzi says, man, I almost died of cringe. I had to leave. Fair enough. You say audio is cutting in and out here? Is it? Is the audio cutting in and out on this stream, or are you talking about the halftime show? Sofa says, what type of engineer are you? Civil engineer. My undergrad was in civil engineering, and my master's was in wastewater and water treatment. So purifying water and purifying wastewater, or cleaning wastewater to be able to be not dumped, but reintegrated into rivers. So it was a mix between civil and chemical, but I think it's more civil than anything. Grandmaster says, how have you not watched Ted Lasso? I think this year's Ballon d'Or should go to Lewandowski. 2020 to stop a civil war. Hive says, why are you wearing shades? I was doing a bit earlier on about how Kylian Mbappe is not good enough to play in the MLS. That's how you know I was playing a character. No more shades on, normal glasses on. Fucking nerd. Peter O says, I'm clipping this and putting it everywhere like it's completely serious. Gunther says audio is fine for me. Okay, good. So maybe they were talking about the actual... It's going to be interesting to see how these players play now, because they have been off the pitch for a very long time. I can imagine that they've been in the changing room getting warmed up and staying warm for this game, because this is unprecedented. I wonder what their performances are going to be like. Also, I missed the entire halftime show. That's my bad. Okay. You said you've had the audio drop a couple times. Oh, well, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't have, right now, I've got 0 dropped frames. I've got connection's been fine all the way through. Okay, sorry about that, but yeah, I'll keep an eye on it and let me know again, and then I'll see if I need to change anything as we go forward. Gunther says, I'll be so effing happy to never see these celebrities ever again. That'll be good. Sofa T says, have you visited Zimbabwe? Both my parents are from Zimbabwe, even though I've never lived there before. Go there all the time. I was there this time last year. This time last year I was there. Okay, we're gonna do a World Cup. We're gonna do a pack opening right now. We haven't packed anyone from either team yet. The boys have just taken to the pitch, so let's see what we got. Uzbekistan first. Scotland. USA. Ooh, Mr. Balogun. He's a victim in all of this, isn't he? He really is a victim. But he's actually taken this whole situation quite well. Scotland. Damn. No Argentines, no Spanish yet. Belgium. Qatar. And finally, Korea. Interesting. Interesting to see. Clip, he's a victim. Mr. Gluglu says, guys, aren't you glad about the halftime show of the Soccer Bowl? Thank you, America, for your contribution to the sport. Funny. We're about to start the second half. Let me get my timer prepped and ready. Leandro Paredes is prepping to come onto the field of play, so Argentina will have made 2 subs. Spain are still on none. Rob Median says, about how many subscribers from Mexico do you have? Do we figure or not in the top 5? I don't actually know. I haven't checked. Okay, we're about to kick off. And here we go. Second half of the 2026 World Cup final is underway. It's so weird. I think they had some performers on the pitch just now. What's going on? Where'd they go? I was looking forward to seeing them. I'll double check how many subscribers from Mexico I do have, but I don't think it's super high. It's mostly Americans and British. I think the subscriber base on this channel is like 25% American, just under 20% UK. Horrible pass by Argentina there to get the ball rolling. Oyarzabal is on it. Baena with a shot. Not the greatest shot. Emi Martinez smothers it. Not the greatest shot, but immediately Spain have a shot on target. This is very sloppy by Argentina. Who is that ball? Who played that ball over there? Was that Gonzalez? He hasn't been great so far in this game. I mean, no one has been fantastic, really. No one's been a standout just yet. Rodri's been good. Stopped a lot of Argentina chances before they became chances. But Argentina are on the ball here. Alexis McAllister whips it over to the left for DePaul, who I imagine isn't going to whip it in, and he doesn't. That was a good call. Mangy says, what do you think about Messi in the first half? He did all that he could. He got crowded as soon as he got on the ball. He was asked to cover more ground than I think he's capable of doing quite a few times. But Messi's a late game guy. So whatever opinion you have in the first half does not matter. Veram says, I'm an AC Milan fan. I don't even know that present-day football exists, and I'm glad for it. Nice. The 55 says, did you study Windhoek's water recycling system? I haven't, actually. Well, you know what, actually? I think I might have worked on God, what is that? What is that station called? What is the main water treatment plant in Windhoek called? It is the Windhoek treatment plant, right? I think I did. I can't actually say. Actually, I can't say how I contributed, but I think I might have worked on it. Messi with the ball in and doesn't get past the first man. Horrible corner. Horrible corner by Lionel Messi. Wow. James Taylor says losing team is going to blame it on long halftime. Probably. I think that's definitely going to come up. Paredes subbed in. Yes. Tinashe, we have something similar. We have immigrant parents. What do you think of the game so far? I have just said. I mean, it's been all right. Peter says, can I request the sarcastic shades and a rant about how the game's gone soft in a British accent? You might get one, actually. You might get one, actually. How the game has gone soft. Oof. Okay, I'll have to conjure up my British accent. I'll have to conjure up my British accent because I feel that the game is it's not what it used to be. You know, it's so soft. The game is horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And these players, you know, unbelievable. Okay, we're getting a cooking. The shades will come on a bit later on. P. Barra says, hi, I love your channel analysis, and I watched this live to avoid the halftime show. Appreciate that, Chief. Oh, Wayne, hello. Hey, Tinashe, I'm glad you made it till the end of this World Cup. It's obvious that this final and every upcoming World Cup final will be compared to the 2022 masterpiece. So far, this game is interesting, but not impressive. I agree with you, Wayne. But to me, it's not super interesting in that it's exactly what I expected. Spain haven't been too prolific in front of goals, so even though they do dominate proceedings, they don't make too much of it. Many of their games have been low scoring. I didn't expect this one to be any different. Argentina grow late into games. They haven't been great. They've missed past a lot of passes, and Spain haven't made them pay for them. So let's see. By the way, Argentina have made 2 subs so far. Spain haven't made any. They've got a lot of talent they can bring onto the pitch. Pedri didn't start this game. Pedri has barely played in this entire cup. Obviously, he's not fully fit. But obviously, he's got a lot to give. Gavi hasn't played too much. Nico Williams, Mikel Merino, who we know is who can do a fantastic job. Lautaro Martinez, though, on the other side for Argentina. Has Zubimendi even played at all in this tournament? Marcus Llorente also has come on a couple times at right back, but he hasn't started. That's mostly been Pedro Porro. So yeah, both teams have a lot of talents to bring on. Let's see how it goes. Hosium says it's time for Messi to do what he does best. You have to wait another 10 minutes or so. Spain player on the ground. What has gone on? What's happened with Rodri here? I missed that. Whoa. Bit of pushing and shoving going on. Why is Paredes pushing Olmo off the pitch? He's got to get a card. How is that just a yellow? I feel like that was a bit ridiculous. That was, I mean, what in the world is happening here? How is I feel like they always say that they're going to do something about players crowding referees, but they never do it. Very clearly a foul, well, a push, but Rodri exaggerates there. Rodri exaggerates there quite a lot. But it's Paredes doing that and then again pushing Dani Olmo over. All in succession. I'm not going to lie to you. This is odd. Very, very odd. All 50-50 balls to Argentina. That's where it's looking right now, the first 7 minutes or so of the game. Of the half, sorry. Very fascinating. Anyway. It's the Wingok water recycling plant. Okay, I've never worked on that one. That's not the one I was thinking of. The 55. Sorry, no, that's not the one I was thinking of. That's the desalination plant, though, isn't it? But I've never worked on that one, so I wouldn't know. James Taylor, shades equals utter woke nonsense. I can't do a Jason Statham accent. Winston says, how many languages do you speak? I mean, the only language I'm fluent in is English, if I'm being completely honest. French, I'm about, well, I was B1 like 5 years ago or so, but I've probably regressed quite a bit. Spanish, I'm learning, and German, I'm learning. I'm probably A1 in both of those at the moment, or maybe just below A1. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'm much better at German because I am living in Austria. So let's see how that goes. And then obviously Shona, which is, for anyone that doesn't know, it's the language in Zimbabwe. But I mean, I never learned how to speak fluently with that, but I can listen to it decently. Argentina pressing a lot harder. Julian Alvarez is being given the runaround. He really is. We know that Lautaro Martinez is going to come on soon. We're going to see Messi shift over to the right. How soon that happens, we don't know. But at the moment, Oyarzabal through. Oyarzabal. He slowed the game a bit. He slowed the game down a bit too much. Not as indecisive as he needed to be. Laid back says, I definitely wasn't expecting goals upon goals. I don't think anybody was. Lamine Yamal. It did look like that was a foul on him on the box, but it also looked like he sold it quite a bit. A 2-1 or 1-0. My prediction before the game, I think it was 3-1. Because that was just being hopeful, wasn't it? Aditya says Indian team won the Under-12 Youth World Cup. Y'all may see us at a World Cup by 2038. I mean, by 2038, the World Cup will be expanded to at least 64 teams anyway. So this is a horrible, like, Oyarzabal spends way too long contemplating what to do with the ball there. By the time he is able to pass it through to Ruiz, it does go through Romero's legs, so that's fair enough, but he needs to be faster. Oh, great ball through there by Olmo. Good channel penetrating run. Cucurella. Oh, he's beaten just to it. He's just beaten to it by Montiel. Corner Spain. Masked Potato says, who's winning? Not the supporters, not the people watching the game, that's for sure. G Glad says, yo, been subscribed since 200K. First time I joined the live. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I'll definitely be sure to. I think for this World Cup, I didn't do a very good job of telling people that I was doing watch-alongs for them, for these games. I'll definitely have to do a better job at that and posting at places for future streams. But we'll see. Argentina plays such nasty ball. They haven't been friendly, have they? But Spain, to their credit, have not reacted. Horrible ball into the box there. Was that by Paro? Yeah, not great. Rob says, Tinashe, what are your thoughts on sodium-ion batteries? Don't really have many, to be fair. Vincent, the I don't even know what's going on. I can't read. This is too long. I'm not going to read out your full name. Vincent. Mikel Merino for Ballon d'Or if he scores the winner. Not a chance. Actually, you know what? Maybe if he scores the winner. He'll be in there. He'll probably be top 10, but I don't think he'll win. Mikel Merino just does not have the PR with L'Equipe and France football. Peter says, does anyone know if you can check the date when you subscribe to a channel? No clue. V1 Rant says, the Spanish bit in the last vid was funny. Do it again. What did I say? I think I said the World Cup is incredible. Esta Copa del Mundo es increíble. I can't remember what else I said. I don't have the words. Me falta palabras para Argentina. Pero esta partido is not good. Jason Lee says, yesterday's match was the real final. Football went home with England. What is it we're even watching? We're watching a snooze fest. Danny Olmo, take a shot from distance. Give the people what they want. Porro. Oof, that was probably a foul. Spain with a good opportunity right outside of the box against this Argentine defense. Can they do anything with it? Let's take a look at this real quick. Clearly a foul. Paredes with a yellow card on, by the way. He's not going to get given a red card for that challenge. It is a clear kick into the back. He's not going to get given another yellow card for that challenge. But we need to start thinking about card accumulation at this point. I think at this point, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Sofa says, what made you move to Austria? My girlfriend is Austrian. And we met in Portugal, of all places. It's a strange lifetime. Maybe one day I'll make one of those standard YouTuber, this is my life, so you can get to know me kind of thing. You guys don't need to know. You guys don't need to know any of that. What is going on? I will say this about these streams in Austria. The streams always seem to cut a little bit, and I'm going through official channels, by the way. Like, I am not going through like dodgy sites, but these streams are very low quality. Even Sky is horrible. I think I pay like 30 euros a month for Sky, and the connection isn't always stable. Anyway, Lamine Yamal over the free kick, hits the wall. Ugh, horrible free kick. All says not a chance for Merino. Tim Reams already confirmed for Ballon d'Or this year. Oh, Pedri and Ferran Torres onto the pitch. Yeah, Oyarzabal has not been it. Has not been it. Fabian Ruiz, not been horrible, but not been great. Makes sense. Pedri coming on. Ferran Torres, I've never been super convinced by him either myself, so maybe he's gonna go ahead. Maybe he's gonna go ahead and prove me wrong. King says, all friends ditched watch party for bar watching, so here I am. Stream is weirdly only 5 seconds delay from your commentary, which is nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I also figured, by the way, in the previous streams, I also figured out why there was such a lag. It's because I hadn't turned my latency to ultra low, so that it was like more instant. So even now, like, I'm able to get comments and everything from the chat quickly. And yeah, I think it's going to be a lot more responsive now, which is good. Nicholas says this game is only going to ramp when we get to 75 minutes, likely. Foul on the box, or on the edge of the box on Lamine Yamal, sitting on the floor. What are the chances we get Lamine Yamal and Lionel Messi to recreate the bathtub photo? Was this called as a foul? Wasn't even called out as a foul. Okay, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Comparing this game to yesterday's game is like watching fireworks and paint dry. Nice. Atomic bomb versus coughing baby. M. Knight says, Trump betting on Messi to win. I know who I'm supporting his final. Did he? Also, Thomas Tuchel got absolutely smashed by Donald Trump. Pause. Even Trump was talking about how Tuchel made strange adjustments and strange decisions. How is that not a foul? What is going on over here? What is going on over here? Another foul in the build-up. Can this ref do something about this game? 2 fouls right now. One on the left-hand side over here on Baena. Another one on not on Olmo. Was that on Torres? Let's double check what's happened here. Are they going to show us the fouls so we can double check? No. 2 fouls in quick succession. I guess the ref did play advantage and a shot was taken, so fair enough. But go back to it. Give a yellow card or something, man. This is getting ridiculous. Optim says, are Austrians as grim and serious all the time as they say? Some of them are. I mean, it's like every country, man. You've got grumpy people. You've got horrible ball. And the set pieces have been horrible in this final. I don't get it. The set pieces have been absolutely atrocious in this final. What are we looking at right now? Do these players even want to deliver good balls? I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I think the stereotype of Austrians and Germans being like cold people and all that, it can be true to some extent, especially in like public transport. But for the most part, I've met a very wide range of colorful people and, big personalities, small personalities. So it just depends on everything, man. It depends on who you're associating with. And luckily, I've met some cool people, so. Good subs by Spain? Yes, very good subs. Haven't noticed too much in change just yet. Side pass merchants in. Perp Tears said, did Austrian TV show the game yesterday? It wasn't on free TV. It was on free TV. It was on, I guess it's like semi-free TV, so it's like with ads. That service TV thing. Petero says, could Unai Simon match Safonov for winning a final with no saves? I think Simon has already made a save. Well, I don't think it counts as a save. No, it doesn't count as a save. I think he just collected a cross. Never mind. Yamal with another corner. This one's a bit better, but it's not actually that much better. Straight into the first man. This is ridiculous. How many corners have each team played now? Oh, header straight into Emi Martinez. How weird is it that Ferran Torres has come on as a striker, but he's also a player that you don't really want the ball to drop to in the box? That really sucks for Spain. Can you imagine how good this team would be with a good striker? How is it that Spain doesn't have a good striker? Anyway, 6 corners for Spain. 6 corners for Spain. Every one of them has been absolutely horrible. Atrocious. Marcos Garcia says the big Yahoo made all the right calls for Argentina. Also, hydration break. We'll do a pack opening real quick. The last one. Okay. Please, drink water. Drink water, guys. Thank you. Spain have been dominating Argentina but haven't scored yet. So that's exactly why their domination means absolutely nothing. But maybe Spain are playing the long game here. Think back to their game against Portugal, right? They dominated the whole game, but they scored late on. And by the time they scored, Portugal didn't have any opportunities to fight back. Perhaps they looked at that game. They looked at how Argentina have played all throughout this tournament, and they've realized they can just copy paste, score late on, score to make it 1-0 in like the 90th minute. How much time was Argentina really? And make sure that you score after added time has been announced, so there's no buff. Let's see what happens. Anyway, quick pack. The last hydration break. Yo! I'm not going to pour anything on the floor because that's ridiculous. Or I'll pour something into this mug. Pour one out for the last hydration break. Last hydration break, guys. I can't believe it. Until the next World Cup when they come back. I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead. To the hydration breaks. Last pack opening, guys. Curaçao. Tunisia. Zinedine Zidane, the new manager of France, probably in the crowd. Iran. Australia. This is not looking good. Korea. Czechia, and Turkey. Guys, we have not packed a single Spanish or Argentine player in 4 packs. We have one more left. We have one more pack left. Hopefully it comes up big for us. Hopefully we get a big one. Let's do it. We'll do one more. Ooh, who's come on? Simeone has come onto the pitch. Okay. There we go. Mo Salah. Great poll, by the way. South Africa. Qatar. We've packed this guy like 5 times, I swear. Almoez. Sweden. Victor Lindelof. Bosnia and Herzegovina. And we've got 2 more. Portugal. And Belgium. Guys, we have no more packs. We have no more packs. We've opened 5 packs today, and we have not gotten one Argentina or Spanish player. Maybe this is better this way. Now we don't actually know who's going to win. Because if we had packed any Argentine or Spanish players, then we would know that it was the other way around. Anyway. Boring break. Boring game. Yeah. T4 said, did I draw a Spain player yet? Not in this game. Not in this game. Took a nap and missed the first 70 minutes. Not a lot of things happened. Not much. Not much. What a shame, man. Especially after yesterday's game. I know that there were a couple people that were fooled into thinking that this game was going to be blockbuster because of how the 3rd place playoff went yesterday. Not the case. Jesus says, does football inevitably go through cycles with changing tactics? Oh, well, anyway, let's go. Sorry, I'll go back into that quickly, but Argentina are on the break. Everyone in Spain is back immediately. Look at that dedication over there. And Argentina are forced to recycle and are chased back into their own half. Well defended by Spain. But they're not over yet. Messi, this is not where you want him on the pitch. Giuliano. One back. Now Spain are here to mount their own counter. God, look at how many players are back for Argentina. They are not committing anything forward. They are not allowing Spain to do anything resembling anything close to a counter-attack. Well defended on Yamal. He hasn't been too effective all game. Yeah, Spain have done a good job on him. Sorry, Argentina have done a good job on him. Feed the addiction, yeah. Inferno says possibly the worst game to do a watch along to. Yeah, I should have done one for the England game yesterday. Abai says, what about Lautaro? Argentina have exhausted all subs, have they? I didn't even check. Let me double check. Ball rolls out. Very true. Medina on for Romero. Simeone on. Well, Argentina everyone gets an extra sub in added time, in extra time. So if Argentina make their way through, if they get extra time, then they get to bring Lautaro on. If Spain go ahead and score right now, then it becomes a bit tough. Nico Williams is on. Spain still have 3 more subs to make, by the way. Marino and Williams are coming onto the pitch. This is danger signs right now. Danny Olmo off. I think Olmo's been okay. I think Olmo's had a decent game. Not horrible at all. Not bad at all. Baena, I mean, not horrible either. Not good. Not good. But I think Olmo's been okay. Olmo's been good. They do need to freshen things up a little bit, and it's definitely worth sacrificing him and Baena if you're going to bring on Nico Williams and Mikel Merino. So let's see what Spain have conjured up for us now. Time to ramp up the pressure. Last 15 minutes of normal time. Foul. Immediately. Penalties it is. Spain winning the ball back so easy, says Mr. Squawky. Abai says the deeper in the game, the better it gets for Argentina. Recent history would suggest that that is true. Every time Argentina win the ball, it just goes right back to Spain. They're so good. They're so good at doing this. Can't Argentina just go ahead and break some legs? I mean, come on. If you're going to get outplayed like that, don't do that. I regret saying that immediately. The closer we get to the end of this game, the Pedri, ooh, he is pushed immediately as he takes a shot. But as international football rule stipulates, as long as you get a shot away, it's not a foul. Aaron Sims says, damn, I'm so sleepy. Just stay up for another 14 minutes at least. Yamal. So many players in that Argentina box. You're not getting through there. Infermo Lake, not sure if waking up at 5 a.m. for this is worth it. Shot goes through. Saved by Martinez, but the ball is still alive. Okay. Spain have been cranking up some pressure lately. Kubarsi. Good save by Martinez. The pressure's being cranked up right now. Argentina, a bit of a tough spot. 75-minute Argentina versus last-minute Marino. Yeah. Remember everyone, 82% of all of Argentina's goals so far in this knockout stage have been scored after the 79th minute, so the game hasn't even started yet. Corner being retaken? All right. They're getting closer. Catlejo says, you think Messi is looking at Yamal like, funny, I used to do that? Maybe. Not bad, kid. Not bad. What was that jump by Kubarsi? Interesting form. Look at this. Look at this. He tries to go for the header, and then he thinks that he might be able to get the back flick. You got to try, man. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Spain win the ball back immediately again. Argentina just cannot get out. They've used up all of their subs either, so how much can a change of shape do? Spain recycle it, open up the game a little bit. Io Bob says you say time sync. What do you mean time sync? It looks as though oh gosh, I have absolutely no battery left. Let's see if my battery can last to get this. Yeah, take a look at that. 79.53, literally. For some reason, I'm ahead, actually. I don't know. The time is coming straight from my API, so I don't know. 1% battery. Wow. Another corner, and it's most likely going to be another horrible delivery into the box. But hey, we've got Mikel Merino on the pitch now, and they go short. Probably a good idea. Clipped in! Oh, and it's a save by Martinez. Shot by Laporta, but goes all the way through back to Unai Simon. And what is this? Surely that's a foul. Oh. Referee has blown his whistle. How many yellow cards has he brandished so far? Not too many. Okay. Those are interesting because Kubarsi very clearly stops to and he puts himself in that position, but Simeone doesn't need to use that much force. That's probably yellow card worthy. Inferno Lake says, have we even gotten a Messi and Cucurella battle? So many IG edits about it. No, we haven't. Because Messi's been playing way more centrally. Spain aren't man marking. So, and every time there has been a ball that's been clipped over or put into space I think there was one earlier on the first half, but Cucurella got onto the ball a lot, like very easily. Say what you will about Argentina right now, but they've done they've done well to contain Spain. Spain are also just horrible at finishing. What is going on? Another yellow card? Who's this for? Enzo Fernandez. So how is this a yellow card, but Simeone on Kukureya just now is not? Let's take a look at this. So it's a foul. It's a yellow card for dive or for descent. Which one is it? Lowry says, of the last 10 World Cup finals, how many have been won in 90 minutes? The last 10 World Cup finals. Oh, that's interesting. Let's go back in time, shall we? 2022, not won in 90 minutes. 2018, won in 90 minutes. France versus Croatia. 2014, not won in 90 minutes. 2010, not won in 90 minutes. Wait, was 2014 won in 90 minutes? It might have been. Let's check. I don't think it was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Götze was late. It was late in extra time. That is my bad. That is my bad. I don't know any ball. 2010, not one in extra in 90 minutes. 2006, not one in 90 minutes. Wait. 22, 18, 14, 10, 6. 2002, one in 90 minutes. 1998, one in 90 minutes. 1994, not one in 90 minutes. 1990, one in 90 minutes. 86, one in 90 minutes. I'm not sure about 1990. I'm not sure about 1990. We'll have to double check. Argentina versus Germany, whether that was one in 90 minutes. Let me double check right now. Why not? It's not like we're doing anything. It's not like we're doing anything right now, are we? I mean, come on. We're watching not the most entertaining game of football. Interesting to see how each team has set up here, but let's see details. It was one in 90 minutes. I thought as much. 1990 was 1 in 90 minutes. Germany versus Argentina. Penalty by Bremer. I think it was it Jürgen Klinsmann that won that penalty? Not Jürgen Klinsmann. Sorry, Lothar Matthäus was one that won that penalty, right? I think. Your stream commentator said diving, and then Gunther said descent. Whichever one, very silly yellow card to take. Have Argentina gotten any red cards in this World Cup? We know what the answer to that is. Calejo says 2003 was the last one to be won in 90 minutes. That's not true. 2018 was won in 90 minutes. Spain, Nico Williams. Nico Williams has gotten into good positions, but he hasn't actually come up with anything super solid. I guess it was his cross that led to the header by Laporta earlier on, but again, not much happened there. Montiel is playing dirty with Williams. Montiel has played dirty his entire Argentina career. Montiel and Molina are like the dark horses of like not everyone talks about them all too much. When it comes to like the let's say dirtiest Argentine players, but they're up there. You can cue the Vince McMahon meme. They were special. Shot by Ferran Torres goes wide. You know what? I was watching this ball go through to him for Torres to take this shot, but I just held no reaction. I didn't expect anything from him. In the end, doesn't even get too close to it. Yeah, we're going to extra time. This is good for Argentina. This is very good for Argentina. Someone show me Lionel Messi's heat map. How much has he run, I wonder? Not a hell of a lot. I think he's been averaging like 7 to 8 kilometers of running throughout this tournament, which, if you didn't know, is not that much. Because players typically, I think, for outfield players, they typically average between 9 and 11 per game. Like the real workhorses in the midfield might go like super far, like we're talking like 12, 13. But Messi is like 7 to 8. Not the most entertaining game so far. I miss Mbappe and Di Maria. Yeah. This would have been like, I think a lot of people expected, based on how the tournament progressed, that it would be France, England in the final. Will it have been the kind of game that we saw yesterday? Most likely not. Kubarsi, have a shot. Kubarsi's shots haven't been that bad. I think it was his shot that led to the rebound that got Marino the winning goal against Belgium. So why doesn't he go for it again? Good defense by Argentina, though. On the edge of the box, Yamal bobbing, weaving. Rodri. Williams. Yeah, he's getting double teamed. He's not having a good time. Rory says, can someone do a Jude Bellingham and run through a team? Lionel Messi is looking at this game and how it's progressed, and he's just like, if you knew what I was like back in my day, even still, I could cut through you like a cake. If you've watched Game of Thrones, you understand the reference. Rodri with the shot, and it goes to Rosie. Come on. Tommy Novasetti. At this point, I hope nobody scores and they take it to extra time. No, this is the perfect time for Spain to score. I tell you what, don't give Argentina the chance to come back. But Argentina, have they even gotten into Spain's half at all throughout this entire half? What's the possession stats looking like? Is that correct? Is any of this correct? Let me update it quickly. Messi dispossessed immediately. Cucurella gets the better of him. That's all we've seen from Messi versus Cucurella so far in this game. 67% ball possession Spain, 33% Argentina. It feels like it's been more lopsided towards Spain, doesn't it? It definitely feels that way. Peter O has this game has more of a tiring effect than listening to lullabies. 4 minutes of extra time. Oh, it's crazy what happens when Argentina aren't chasing the game. The amount of extra time that's been given. Who said that? Oh, I don't know. Someone said that. I don't know who that was. I don't know who that was. Abdi says Peter Jury keeps calling Yamal Lamal. It's an honest mistake. Wayne says BTW. I did some research before about finals. The 5 that are often considered the worst are 1990, 1994, 2002, 2010, 1962. The ones that are considered the best, 2022, God tier, for sure. 2022, I don't think we'll ever see one that's better than that. And I don't know if I'll ever see one better than that in my lifetime. Are we going to get a card? Paredes. These Argentine players, as soon as Messi gets taken out, they're asking for the death set. They want for the death penalty. They want Laporta to be decapitated on the spot. Let's have some introspection here, boys. They also all stop playing as soon as Messi gets injured. There's no advantage to be had. They just keep playing. The 5 finals that are often considered the worst, 1990. Yeah, I've heard 1990 to be like number 1 because of the back pass rule still being a thing. Not 1991, sorry, be 1990. Yeah, 1990 is number 1 because of the back pass rule being in effect and a lot of time wasting and all of that happening. Argentina with 1 lost shot. I swear to God, if they score a goal right now, I swear to God. Can you imagine? Messi, it's all opening up for him. Ooh, that was a scary moment for a second, wasn't it? I swear to God, they've just come alive. They've just had their first attack, their first venture into the box in the 92nd minute. If Argentina scored that goal, can you imagine the conspiracy theorists? Nico Williams on the break. 3v3. Can he make the right decision? Go across. Oh, he needs to go across to Lamine Yamal. Or was that Paro? He needs to go across. Yellow card. Red card! Red card for Enzo Fernandez! Whoa! What was I just saying? What was I just saying? Okay, this is not good. We're more than likely going into extra time right now. Let's take a look at this. I mean, definitely a yellow card. Let's be real. Definitely a yellow card, and he's already on one. He is late. Catches him. Yeah. Not a red card in itself. Brother, get off the pitch. That's a big decision. That is a big, big decision. I was just saying earlier on about how many red cards Argentina's gotten in this World Cup. 1 in the final. They need to do something about these players crowding the referee. Like, you're not going to change the decision. There's nothing that you say right now. When has it ever been the case? I guess they might go to check with... Can they check with VAR and all that? Maybe they can, but just let it happen. The ref has to decide whether he's going to do that, right? If they recommend it. Interesting. Interesting. Petero says, like carving a cake, just rewatched. Good old Barristan. Bystander Salmi. Yeah. They done him dirty. I want to see a spin-off series where we just see how good of a swordsman he actually was. Anyway, back to the actual game. Whoa! Initiate script. Hacking. Script. What's going on over here? Is it because he covered his mouth? Oh, Messi. Messi. Oh, no. Did Cucurella just cover his mouth? No. What's he about to do? Oh, nothing's being made of it. Okay, I guess he didn't. Wow. Wag your finger to the bench. Jason Lee needs to he needs to be trialed for murder. Oh my God. Okay, let's do another poll. Let's do another poll, shall we? Was that a red card? Spain, with a man advantage, we're almost certainly going to go to extra time now unless something crazy happens. Foul. Hey, Argentina are losing it a little bit. Spain with an incredible opportunity to win it. All right. Let's take a look at this one, shall we? Let's stand up. The final opportunity of the half. Ferran Torres goes down extremely easily over there. Free kick, absolutely yellow. They're trying to snitch on Cucurella. Yeah, that was crazy. Was he off? Oh yeah, because it was dissent in the first half. Yeah, for his first yellow. Laurie says, I feel like the Spanish player is the one who ran towards the ref, towards the Argentinian one. I wouldn't give a straight red. It wasn't a straight red though. It was a second yellow card. I also don't think it was a straight red offense. If he wasn't carded, that would definitely have been a yellow card. A lot of happy people in the Spanish crowd right now. Sergio Ramos is on his feet. Jesus Navas on his feet. Iker Casillas on his feet. I'm on my feet. Where's my Spanish jersey? I don't have it here. The 8th minute of 4 minutes of added time. Lamine Yamal standing over the free kick. Inches from destiny. Moments from writing his name in the pantheons of greatness. It's not bad, right? We're getting there. And now, brother, referee, you're done. Okay, you've done you've put it over there. Let him have a kick. Let him have a fucking kick, man. Hey yo, thank you. Let's have it. Shot, save. Ooh, incredible save by Martinez. He's had a good game. He's had a good game so far, hasn't he? Decent shot. I mean, Martinez sees it all the way through. Good height for him. Good save nonetheless. And we're going through to extra time. All right. Yeah. Martinez is definitely man of the match for Argentina, probably of the whole game. I would probably put Rodri as the man of the match for Spain. Messi's been more or less non-existent so far. Enzo Fernandez. Okay. I'm going to use the toilet. I'll be right back, guys. Watch this space. We are back. Hands have been washed. Brain has been cleansed of a pretty dire 90 minutes of football. The most eventful thing that we saw happen and occur was a red card for Enzo Fernandez. Deserved second yellow card. Argentina have been playing quite an interesting game of football. They've got how many yellow cards now? 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow cards so far. 2 of them have gone to Enzo Fernandez. Spain have the upper hand right now. Argentina, I'm only guessing that it's going to be all hands on deck and an absolute. It's not going to be a fun 30 minutes to watch, because Argentina weren't even able to counter or string 2 passes together at all when they had 11 men on the pitch. And now they have 10. Get ready for the most cataclysmic, the most diabolical haram ball of all time. Let's fucking have it. Crazy. Flush 3 times. What do you mean? Goalie man of the match. Gunther says, so annoyed. I want this to end. I'm backing Argentina, but Spain deserved to win. How crazy is that, man? We're all over here like, I just want it to end. I just want it to end. Remove me from my suffering. I'm actually having a good time, but I understand the opinion. I understand the viewpoint. Inferno Lake says, should they take out Messi? They're basically 9 people if he won't press. Yeah, I highly doubt they take out Messi. They need runners on the pitch. Remember, they do get to make a sub right now. So at least there is a silver lining, but who do they bring on? Oh, they've made the sub already. Who's to come? Who's come on? Well, they haven't made the sub, sorry. They haven't made the sub, but who's going to come on? They do get a 6 substitution in extra time. Spain have only made 4 subs, you know. They still have 2 more left. They've brought on the big boys already. You'd imagine that if things need shoring up, then you're going to have Zubamendi or perhaps Marcus Llorente. Marcus Llorente is probably the most likely to come on if things need to be shored up a tiny bit. Also, the timer is still going, sorry. That needs to be... Where are we? Set 90. Okay, extra time is about to begin. It's going to be a rough watch, most likely. Most likely. This is either going to be an absolute masterclass in low blocks, or you're going to see a lot of English people wearing Spanish shirts very soon. Oh, we've actually gotten underway already. Didn't even notice. All right, guys. Let's see what this half can do. I have big hopes. I have big hopes. Marcos Garcia says ref man of the match. I think the ref has been lenient. Ref's performance so far, in my eyes, the ref has been lenient quite a bit. Not unlike what we've seen so far in the World Cup. He made the right decision for the big decisions that needed to be made. I'm glad to see he wasn't bullied out of it. But, I mean, he's been okay. He hasn't been any worse than the majority of refs in this competition. As far as the 2026 World Cup goes, it's been one of the better performances. Let's see what Spain can do now. If Spain don't win this game now, there's going to be a major inquiry. Oh, sorry, I've actually missed. Sorry, Michael Bricks. Sorry about that. I missed you. I missed your message. Martinez has been the best player on Argentina. It would be like 4-0 if it wasn't for him. Get ready for some nuclear haram ball. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Michael. You're not wrong. Aditya says Enzo man of the match. Before he got sent off, he was okay, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. No one in this Argentina team has showered themselves in all too much glory based on what they've done so far, apart from Emi Martinez. Abdira says Paredes playing like he's invincible. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it? Jason says he has $20 riding on Spain to win. Whoa, slow down, high roller. I don't know. I think you're the only one that thinks that thought Spain was going to win. They're on the attack right now, but again they've wasted it, and again it's Ferran Torres who passes it back. Not good enough, man. Pedri passes to Williams, and Martinez again. Martinez again with an incredible save. Wow. Yeah, he's having a generational game. He's always great for Argentina, isn't he? And he shows up in these situations. Amseth says that fraud was walking for 90 minutes. They'd be dragging CR7 through hot coals for showing like that. The difference is that Argentina are in the World Cup final because of Lionel Messi. If CR7 had still walked the amount that he's walked in the competition as Portugal were in it, but he was able to, secure the goods and deliver the goods and get Portugal to a final or close to it, then no, people would not be making CR7 walk through hot coals for a showing like that and for walking around. Doomsday Berlin says, I wish Spain's shooting boots hit they getting there. Yeah, Spain are just notoriously horrendous at finishing. How bad have they been? Let's take a look at the stats quickly. Oh, there we go. They're on the screen. 15 shots, 10 on target. Wait, have Argentina not had even one shot throughout the whole game? Argentina have not had one shot throughout the entire game. I mean, I've been watching it right now, but to see it confirmed, like, that's insane. Spain with 10 shots on target. What is their XG? Let's double check that, if this means anything to you guys. 1.44. I mean, XG doesn't mean anything when AG, actual goals, is 0. Wow. Rob says, imagine Simeone managing Argentina. Her rumble would be monumental. Simeone has been approached to manage Argentina quite a few times. I think he was approached in 2018, just before him and Mauricio Pochettino were the top candidates when Sampaoli stepped down. And then, obviously, Scaloni, who was Sampaoli's assistant coach, stepped up, and the rest is history. And there's no reason for Simeone to leave his job. I believe he's the highest paid coach in the world at Atletico Madrid. Something like 25 million euros a year or something crazy like that. So in what world is the Argentine FA paying him that? Final is looking like 1.5 hour biology exam you didn't study for. Fair enough. Veram says, this should making me realize what a universal phenomenon of a game we witnessed in the 22 final. Yeah. Oh, Spain. Ugh. Williams shot. Is that a goal? Is that a goal? Does it stand? No. I think the whistle blew before. I do think the whistle blew before he shot. But let's see. It did look like it was a bit dodgy on Emi Martinez, who was on the floor, but it will be checked. Even still, I don't think it can be checked because the whistle did blow before he kicked. Let's take a look at this real quick. Is that a foul by Marino? Or is that Tagliafico going down? Doesn't look like a blatant foul. No foul on Martinez for the looks of it. Okay, so it's the Marino situation. Let's double check that. Oh, they've gone past it. Okay, I was just talking about how the ref has had an okay game, but if they just move on from this is a major farce, because that is not a foul. Let's take a look at it one more time. Nowhere near a foul. Let's see another angle. This is insane. This is not helping their case whatsoever, because that did not look like a foul in any way, shape, or form. I am starting to see, well, I've been seeing it before, but I just have always wanted to deny the favoritism. I've seen a couple things in this game so far that are interesting. So they've already called it. They're not even checking anything. They've already blew the whistle beforehand. Why? Why did they blow the whistle? They never usually do that. They usually allow the game to flow, and then you can call it back if VAR sees something. That is atrocious. That is absolutely atrocious. Maybe I need to see another angle. Maybe I need to see another angle, because they keep showing in the replays, they keep showing the one from the perspective of the goal. Let's see another one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. In a World Cup final. If that is as I see it, Spain have just been robbed very massively. But again, I haven't seen every angle. So let me not say anything. It's a disgrace. And Mikel Arteta is Spanish too, so. Somebody get a microphone in front of him right now. Jason Lee says, time to do a investigative deep dive on Argentina favoritism at the 2026 World Cup. It's not going to be a bad idea, you know. It won't be a bad idea to look into it because that was, again, I hesitate to say the C word. Corrupt. That word. But that looked odd. Let's see. Spain is still in the ascendancy. Messi has clearly just fouled Kubarsi. He also should get a yellow card for that. Pulls him back from behind. Where's the foul? Okay, here's another angle. Oh, he does step on his toe, to be fair. You know what? He does step on his toe. I can see it. But again, don't you let the game flow and then you go to VAR afterwards? I can see it. I can see it being why it's being called as a foul. He does step on his toe there. Cross in. Rodri off. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Who's come on for Rodri? Zubamendi, I'm guessing. Yep. Zubamendi on, Eric Garcia on, taking off both your central defenders. Interesting. Well, not both. He's taking off one central defender, sorry, and another defensive player. The best player for the team, but his legs were clear. A horrible shot there. What's going on, man? Yeah, this is going to be... If Spain lose this game, this is going to taste very, very sour. I can see why it would have been a foul, but I don't know why the game was stopped. I can see why it would have been a foul for stepping on his toe. I can concede that. I'm not gonna say anything crazy. Anyway. Dak says, one of the worst World Cups in terms of referee decisions. Hopefully this does not cause Spain to lose. They have been the best team, at least in the knockouts, and definitely this match. Yeah, Spain have been very, very good in this match. No yellow card. Eric Parker said, weird way to rig a game and send one of the rigged team's players off, lol. Listen, I'm not one of those conspiracy theory peoples. I've already said this multiple times. But if that were the case, it would be about certain decisions and 50-50s. You can't really defend Enzo Fernandez. If they were to rig the game, then it would be about split decisions like that. I'm not saying they did. I will never say they did. I don't want to believe it. But I can see where the fuel is coming from for these people that do believe it. Rob says Argentina does not play the beautiful game. This is not the beautiful game, according to them, according to you. Marino almost did a Marino, very close. Yes. What is going on? Oh, gosh. Good call, ref. Contentious. Very contentious. Let's see how the rest of the game progresses, shall we? Spain still with possession, still with the lion's share, as you would expect. They are a man up. Nico Williams, you're one-on-one. This is the exact position you want to be in, Chief. Can you get past your man? You go a bit too wide. Not good. Yeah, I mean, if Nico Williams scores that goal earlier on, we're talking about how great of a sub he's been. What is that? Ball by Messi. What was that ball? Cucurella. That looked like a foul to me, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's just run into Simeone. That was a bit comical looking, if I'm not gonna lie. Strange ball by Messi. Let's take a look at this. I mean, this is clearly a foul by Cucurella on Simeone. You just run straight into him. I don't think it was intentional because he is looking at the ball. Or maybe it was. Very obviously a foul there by Gonzalez. Very clearly needs to. Like, what are we doing at this point? Like, what are we doing at this point, guys? I don't get it. Who led Paraguay in the finals? I think both teams are Paraguay for the last 5 minutes, if I'm honest with you. General Takatashi says Enzo left them with no choice. The one decision that has gone against Argentina is Enzo's descent yellow. But Paredes should be off. He has had 3 or 4 yellow-worthy tackles. Paredes is... You're actually correct. You're actually correct. Paredes has genuinely been disastrous. How he's not been... Like, for card accumulation at the very least, it's getting ridiculous now. And he is that kind of player. Miko Marino might be Superman. Well, time will tell. 3 minutes of extra time. Can we get a hydration break in here? Like, I feel like these players are dying. Why are there no hydration breaks in extra time? Think of the player wellness. Spain, good attack. Pedri, good tackle by Simeone. Rough, but he gets the ball. Messi. Oh, well read. Well read by I think that's Porro. Yeah, well read. How is that not a foul for Cucurella? Should have been. What are the Argentines doing right now? You can't do this. You can't do this. The Argentine support over there are, I guess this is like a bit of cheek. I don't want to say exactly what it is, but I don't think that that's justified. Messi. Light's too bright for Lamine. All right, come on, guys. Let's play some football. This is such a rough watch. The last 5 minutes have been such a rough watch. Everyone is just falling over. I think this World Cup has done really well to change a lot of people's opinions on the physicality of the sport. Especially, like, there are a lot of American people, for example, that, you know, have images of football players. Okay, that's a foul again by Paredes backing up onto Marino. That's the sort of foul. Like, this is ridiculous. Yeah, this World Cup has done quite a lot to sort of heal the opinion that it isn't a contact sport. But we've just gotten so much of play acting, number one, and just straight up fouling. That's a really dangerous tackle. That's a really dangerous challenge by Paredes. I know Harry Kane used to do that quite a lot, where you back up into a defender or whatever as they jump up and then they fall over. That can cause, like, you can fall really badly. Marino, ball goes just wide. How many fouls has Paredes committed? Let's double check. Let's check this over here quickly, because this is... I want to make it clear. If you're watching the game, neither team has shrouded themselves in all too much glory, has actually been playing clean. Sounded like Trump for a second there. Clean. Neither team has been playing clean for the last couple minutes. But someone over here said that the ref is too biased towards Spain. Who is that? I want to find you. I don't know how you can say that, bro. It's been fairly... I mean, there have been quite a few atrocious calls for both teams, but I think if you're going to tip the scales, I would say Argentina. Yeah, they got a red card, but I think they've not been, absolute saints, have they? Paredes has made 4 fouls in this game. 4 fouls that have been called, at the very least. He's gotten 1 yellow card. I think that he's made more than 4 fouls. That just some of them just haven't been called. Like, for example, we just saw Lamine Yamal get grabbed and pulled from behind by Gonzalez, and nothing was called. That's a foul. However, that doesn't reflect in his stats, and it'll be lost to time. We saw Lionel Messi pull, who was that? Marc Cucurella from behind. Was it Cucurella? No, I don't think it was Cucurella. I think it was Porro from behind. Which typically results in a yellow card just by the rules, by pulling and by doing it from behind, but that wasn't called. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying that we've seen a lot of that happen. We saw Marc Cucurella just run into the back of Simeone. It's not been the best first half of extra time. And I think if Argentina go on to win this game, it's not going to look good. But at the same time, I wouldn't say that it's been completely egregious for either team because of the fact that both have been playing in a certain way. That's just my opinion. This is the ugly game, says Lot Soldier. Marcos says, calling Spain unnecessarily physical against the Argentines. They've had their moments. Sardine, you can cry. Sardine? Who's Sardine? Oh, come on, guys. What are we talking about here? Yo, guys, it's cool. It's a little bit with the Israel talk. It's a game between Spain and Argentina. Catlejo says Spain have 11 minutes to pull in Iniesta. Immediately, the second half has started, and I didn't even change the clock, by the way. But let's... Oh, goal by Ferran Torres! Goal by Ferran Torres, 105th minute! Spain have scored. That one's not going to get disallowed. I doubt that's going to get disallowed. The Spanish congregation are going crazy. David Villa has put on a bit of chunk over there, but how rough for Emi Martinez. He's been good all game. But he's just been undone over here by a fantastic effort. Let me change the timing quickly. Spain 1-0 up against Argentina, who now have to come out. Argentina now have to come out of their shell in order to try and rescue something from this game, but they have 10 men. And they've been defending like their lives have depended on it with 11 men even. So at this point, things are looking bad for them. Ferran Torres does the speaky. Keep talking. I was the one that was saying that I don't believe him in too much. So he's talking to me directly. And that is a good finish. That is a fantastic finish. Look at this. Watches it all the way. Gets the half volley. Great finish. Incredible finish by him. Nico Williams, fantastic awareness to head the ball back, and it's in the back of the net through all these players. And then look at that, threads the needle. Fantastic finish. Well done. Argentina, what have you got? Also, he should get a card for kicking the corner flag. According to the rules. I don't know if he will. Just so we can all be fair. .107. Okay. Spain 1-0 up against Argentina with 13 minutes left to play. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't cry for me, Argentina, says Robs. Yes, says Robs. Argentina are about to... I think they have to do something right now. And if they do, this would be... They already, France already did one of the greatest comebacks against them, but ultimately lost. If Argentina are able to dig their way out of this, this will be one of the greatest World Cup comebacks ever. When has a team ever come back from being down in a World Cup final and won the game? I can't remember. France versus Italy in 2006. Who scored first? Zidane scores a penalty. Let's double check. But who scored the first goal? Let's double check real quick. Let's make sure. Yeah, France did score first, 7th minute. So fair enough. And Italy went on to win. So 2006 is the last time that a team has come back from being down in a World Cup final to win. Lionel Messi has gone right wing. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him. No, he's actually playing centrally. Never mind. You got to get on the ball as much as possible. That's what they need from him. And he's on it again. I swear to God, if Argentina are able to, after the 115 minutes that we've just seen, if they're able to come out and actually get a goal, I might be sick. Calm the ball down there, Unai Simon. Great header back there by Nico Williams. Damn, the entire Spanish delegation is going crazy. Are all of those players World Cup winners from 2010? I think that is the entire 2010 winning team. This will be such an interesting development because it'll be the second year in a row that the previous winners have made it to a final and then lost. If this stays if this stays this way. DJ Hansen, go big or go home. Yeah. Argentina Spain just need to keep playing their game if they want to come out of this. They need to change absolutely nothing. Change absolutely nothing. Keep going for the ball. Keep going for goals. Space will open up for you if you do that. Argentina, they need to do something different now. But they've used up all of their subs. They can't even change their shape too effectively. Unless wow. Lionel Scaloni. Let's see what you can do as a manager in crisis. Mr. Knight says worst finals performance attacking wise from Argentina. Undoubtedly, it's the worst. It's the worst attacking performance I've ever seen from a World Cup finalist. Eric Parker says, watch the first shot they take, hit the goal. Yeah, Argentina haven't even taken any one shot on target at all throughout this entire game. I haven't taken a shot at all. Look at that. The stats are on screen right now. Let me make sure they stay on for a little bit more. Look at that. 60s. Is that even true? 67% possession. I feel like it's been worse. Nico Williams through. Yeah, it is. It actually is true. Obvious foul. Well, not foul, but push. But he's not strong. Not a foul. What am I saying? He's offsides. Scratch what I just said. Scratch everything that I just said. Riddick says atrocious refereeing, genuinely shameful. Are you supporting Argentina? Who's done the atrocious refereeing? Because I can't lie to you, my friend. Spain are through again. Ferran Torres, can he end it? It's 2-0. It's 2-0. Oh, is he offsides? He's offsides. He's offsides. Oh. It's close. Is he offside? Okay, he's not way. Let me see another angle. He is offsides. I didn't see the first thing, the first shot. He's very offsides, actually. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Shrey says, yeah, Argentina don't deserve to win. Not at all. Not a chance, my friend. That's a foul there by Nico Williams. And a lash for he's kicked out by Paredes. I think Torres needs to time his run a little bit better there. Let's see what Argentina can conjure up. They've got a set piece over here. Meme Kage says, how are you not going to sub in the guy who sent you to the final? You're talking about Argentina not subbing on Lautaro Martinez. I don't know if you've been watching the same game as the rest of us, but Argentina have not had a single shot on target. And they also are down by a man. At no point in the game would it be like, I get Lautaro Martinez is an industrious player. Of course he is. But this is not, I don't think this is the game too much for them to be. I understand where Scaloni is coming from. I know he's going to get a lot of criticism by a lot of people for not doing that. But listen, Argentina is still alive. Lionel Messi has just crossed the ball in, just over the box. I mean, just over the goal. Argentina is still alive. There are over 5 minutes to play. I imagine we're going to get 2 to 3 minutes of added time in the second half of extra time for the celebration. Eric Parker says Spain need to stay on the front foot. Wow. It's weird how the game can erupt just like that. The entire, it only took us 106 minutes to get our first goal of the game. But it's weird how the dynamic changes. Here's Nico Williams. You got to back yourself with pace over here. Gets past his man. You got to pass it. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? That is a massive let-off. You have to pass it to Yamal. What in the world has he just done? What am I watching? What have I just seen? Argentina still very much alive. Ooh, that shot looked like it had a bit of venom onto it, but it's gone straight into Marino's face. It's weird because he's now lying down, and it looked like maybe that 9 was actually a 6 shot by Messi. Was that on target? It might have been. So much can happen now. Oh my gosh. Should be 3-0. Yeah, it should be. I don't know I have no idea what Nico Williams was doing over there. That was what did he who was he even passing it to? That was a rough shot. That was a rough shot that he took to the face over there. Pause. That Marino took to the face over there. This is Ferran Torres. He's not like miles off sides like some of you were saying in the chat over here. Like he's off sides, but that was marginal. If we don't have VAR, then we're living in a world where that's a 50-50 call. Close enough. Eric Parker says, I think we need to talk about the Spain defense as an all-time. If they hold France to 0, they for sure should hold Argentina. Spain have conceded 1 goal throughout this entire tournament. Remember that. At the time, at this current moment in time. I think there's going to be like 4 minutes of extra time. I wouldn't be surprised. There's been a lengthy break right now and also goal celebrations. If we get anything more than 4, it's going to be interesting. What's happening now? Is it a drop? Drop ball. Off the heezy. Peter says, sarcastic shades on. Argentina deserved this World Cup because I'd love to see you sweat on coming up with reasons why they deserved it. Also, I love the shark. Yeah, if I'm honest with you, mate, Argentina have just, they've been robbed. They've been robbed of this tournament, mate. It's absolutely nonsense. Because all of us know that Argentina is the cleanest team on the planet, yeah? It's crazy. It's crazy, mate. I think that's all that I have for you today, man. Sorry. The shades aren't going to come on just yet because one last set piece we have. What can Messi do? Go short. Ooh, you put 2 men on him. No way! Oh, God. That was so close. There's no way. That was the chance. That was the chance. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce that Argentina have their first shot after 120 minutes have been played. One final corner. Every single corner has been a dud up until this point for Argentina. This is the moment. Is this the moment? Decent corner, good area. Really good area, but another corner. That was a great delivery by Messi. Where has this been the entire game? Where has this been the entire game? 5 minutes at a time? Crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. Crazy. What's going on now? Yo, why can't we just have Arsenal's defense in there right now? Mikel Merino, Zubamendi, get in there. Do your thing. Messi. Goes short. Shot by Argentina. Ooh, over the bar. And that's, you have to imagine. I do wonder if that was the last opportunity that they're going to get. Still 4 more minutes to play. Anything can happen. Some Argentine tears starting to well up right now. How is it that after 120 minutes, they go 119 minutes without even one shot on target, not even one shot at all, and then the next 2 minutes, they have 2 shots, both pretty close, I would say, both decent opportunities. How is this even possible? Spain, I think they just need to retain the ball. They can't be playing the ball forward like that. Argentina, you need to get it up quickly. Martinez, yeah, boots it forward. We're getting to the moment now where they need to risk sending everyone up top to get 1 goal and know that they could get counted on heavily. Messi's playing extremely deep. Look at that. Look at where he is. Because he's the only one that has any quality whatsoever to progress the ball, and that's quite sad. Ooh, well played. Good foul, won by Spain. It looks like the Argentine players are starting to drain a tiny bit. Simeone was with the shot that skies over the bar. He's always leaning underneath it. If that ball goes anywhere to the left, it might strike Nico Williams' arm, and then do we get a penalty? Can you imagine? Wow. Don Trulu says, Tinashe, what's cutting? What do you mean, Chief? What is cutting? How is it 5 men? Simeone, haha, love it. Mangy says, Loki Martinez should have come on. Lautaro, possibly. Possibly, but I don't know. I don't know how much he would have been able to do. Argentina have not been playing very much with the ball anyway. Unai Simon, safe hands. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Spain are about to earn their second star. Luis de la Fuente will go down. If this goes on, I mean, he already is there, but he will go down as one of the most, maybe the most like prolific Spanish manager ever. Because if I'm remembering correctly, Vicente Del Bosque won the 2010 World Cup and the 2008 Euros. But then before him, who was the Spanish manager before Vicente Del Bosque? Man, I've got his face in my head, but I forget what his name is. What was his name? Gosh, now I have to look it up. And blow, whistle, it's done. Spain have won the 2026 World Cup. And, God, I mean, absolutely deserved. Undoubtedly deserved. Like, they have been the best team in the tournament. They've been the most controlled. They've been the most consistent. They have won this tournament without a striker, by the way. 1-0. Everyone was predicting this would be the scoreline towards the end. I didn't, because I wanted to be a little bit fancy, but you know what? Nobody can say a goddamn thing right now. We've got Argentine players over here starting something over here. The game's done. You can't do anything, guys. You can't do anything. Just go over to your areas. Borja Iglesias, you haven't even played this entire tournament. What are you doing, Chief? Everyone go over to your area. But yeah, wow. Unbelievable. 2 stars for Spain, 2010, 2016, 16 years apart. Absolutely deserved. Going into the France match, I'm not going to lie. I was one of those people that was saying that it wasn't going to go their way. Lionel Messi, unfortunately, does not get his second World Cup. He's still the GOAT. At least he's my GOAT. He's still that guy. He still has his World Cup title. He's been to 3 World Cup finals. He's captained 3 World Cup World Cup finals. When are we going to see another player like him? Don't know. But this is almost certainly the last time that we see him at a World Cup. I don't see him being able to drag his corpse around as a 43-year-old. But let's see. Congratulations to Spain. Unbelievable. The thought that I was having, sorry, I was looking at it just now. Spain have won a World Cup, man. This is insane. Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams have won a World Cup. They won a Euros. The only thing missing for Yamal now is a Champions League trophy. The man he's still a teenager. Brother is still a teenager. How insane is that? But anyway, let's take a look at Luis de la Fuente's record now with Spain as a coach. So he has won the Under-19 European Championship. He's won the Under-21 European Championship. He's got silver for Under-23s. He's won the Nations League with the senior team. He's won the UEFA Euros with the senior team, and now he's won the World Cup. He is the best man. He is the best Spanish manager of all time. Surely he's the best Spanish manager of all time, because his competition is Vicente del Bosque. And God, I keep forgetting the name. I keep forgetting the name of the coach before Vicente del Bosque. Let me look it up now. But Vicente del Bosque, well, yeah, he won the 2010 World Cup and the European Championship 2012. Massive. Spanish managers list. Spanish national team managers. Wow, congratulations to Spain. Well deserved. The favorites going into this tournament and the winners. What can you say? What can you say about this? Luis Aragonés. How could I forget Luis Aragonés? And his haul as Spanish national team coach was the UEFA Euros 2008. Oh, wow. Some face pushing going on by Paredes. Did Paredes get a card? Look at this. These guys are attacking Gavi. Come on, guys. Paredes, who for some reason finished the entire 120 minutes, has been on the pitch to be able to attack the Spanish players. Honestly, very unlikable guy. Extremely unlikable guy. I've been saying the entire tournament that. And the entire game, he's been bad. Agree with Robs, the sports won, justice won. Yeah, I wasn't really rooting for anybody in this game, but I'm happy that Spain won. I was probably more on the side of Spain than I was for Argentina, based on what we've seen. Luis Aragonés, Wayne, you're correct. Sorry, I missed your message. Michelle, you're correct. I missed your message as well. Well done, Spain. We're gonna stay for the trophy lift. We're gonna stay for the trophy lift. Let's do man of the match real quick. We are definitely going to have a very interesting video on this up tomorrow. I am probably going to go to sleep first before writing it because it has been a crazy World Cup. And thank you everyone that's joined for these watch-alongs and what we've done so far in this World Cup. And we've seen a great tournament. I'm really happy with what we've seen. I'm really happy with how the games have gone, leaving all the politics and everything to the side. The best team won. Absolutely insane. Man of the match. So, honestly, first name on the list is going to be Emi Martinez for me. Heartbreaking for him. He played an absolute blinder of a game. Cannot take any shame in that. We have to put Messi because he did try. I mean, he was pulling quite a lot of strings towards the end. Nothing actually came of it, but we'll do that. We have Kubarsi as well, who was an absolute beast. Well, you know what? I'm struggling whether I should put Messi here. I thought Olmo was very good. Porro was also very good too. I'm actually not going to put Messi here. I'm not going to put Messi here. I'm going to put Porro. There we go. Let me know what you guys think. 43-year-old Messi to take Argentina to the final. Lol. Damn. Lamine Yamal's won a World Cup. Happy for the kid. Rob Median confirmed if the opening is Mexico versus SA, Spain wins and 1-0 in overtime. I never thought about it that way. But you're factually correct. You're absolutely factually correct. Fair play, Spain deserve to win this, says RJ. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. What the fuck, Paredes? Yeah, what's going on there? Like, I'm hoping to see some sort of action being taken against him because he should not have finished this game on the pitch. If England make it to the final, do they give Spain a better game? That's an interesting question. Maybe I'll put a poll up just now so we can ask it. We're waiting for the trophy lift, and then we'll end the stream, and then we'll move on to being disappointed by Manchester United every week. How about that? Let's go. Let's fucking go. Cannot wait. Michelle says MVP, my Italy. Doubt. Christopher, watch-alongs are great. Looking forward to these next season. There'll be a couple, for sure. Dak says, Tinashe, who do you think will win the Ballon d'Or? I would say Rodri for the World Cup Ballon d'Or and maybe Harry Kane or Mbappe for Ballon d'Or. For the World Cup Golden Ball, I think it has to go to Rodri, if I'm honest with you. I don't know if it will. It could very well go to Messi. I think that Jude Bellingham has a stronger case to World Cup Golden Ball than Harry Kane. Neither will win. But Jude Bellingham has a stronger case if we're going to look at it from an English perspective. But I think Rodri has to win the Golden Ball. Golden Boot obviously goes towards Lionel Messi. Sorry, Kylian Mbappe for 10 goals. By the way, 10 goals in a World Cup. Insane by him. He's probably going to play in at least 2 more World Cups. Well, 1 more World Cup, at least 1 more, because he's 27, so he'll be 31 in the next one. If he's able to take care of himself, maybe I see no reason why he can't be playing at 35. Anyway. Doomsday says, how do you feel about Rodri Glaze coming in? What do you think he did? I think he was immaculate. It's all deserved. If you've been watching Spain play, they play extremely boring football. They play extremely controlled, metronomic, recycling play. They always keep possession. They always defend by winning the ball back immediately. Even in this game, if you watched Rodri in the first half, Argentina were not able to get past the center circle because Rodri was blocking everything. And this is what he does in every single game. Plus, he recycles the ball. Plus, he does those last minute. He does the passes that precede the assists very often. So he's never credited with those. But he's immaculate. The Glazers deserved. For sure, it's deserved. RJ, this is going to be some dark times for Argentina in the future. This is probably their last best chance to win international silverware. Yeah, listen, this Argentine team is trash without Lionel Messi. Let's all keep it a buck and let's all be completely fair and honest with ourselves. He's hard carried this team in the first in the group stages, which got them into the knockouts. He's scored less goals as the knockouts have come around, but he's been influential in absolutely everything else that's happened. He won them the game against England by obviously the pass to Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez did a lot of the work. The cross towards Lautaro Martinez, incredible stuff. He's done, without him, dark days. And nobody in this Argentina team has been able to actually, step up. But they're very talented. Let's be completely real. Argentina is very, very, very talented. And let's all not act like the game hasn't been designed around Lionel Messi to cater towards his strengths and to cater towards what he can do. So if we have a team now that is freed of that and now have the capability to play a little bit more expansive, have 11 players on the pitch who all press like we just saw Spain do right now and completely nullify Argentina, then who knows? Who knows? They could still be in for a really good period in the future. But what I will say is that we are about to find out how good Lionel Scaloni actually is. This is going to be very, very evident from what he can do with a Lionel Messi-less Argentina team. So who knows? The Big Keck says, I think Rodri was player of the game. Let's see what the poll is looking like. 43% for Emi Martinez, 39% for Rodri. It's a fair split. I would go for Emi Martinez, if I'm honest with you, because he was clutch in keeping Argentina in the game, even though they actually were not in the game. Look at the stats right now on the screen. All of this was thanks to Emi Martinez. 20 shots, 12 on target. Wow. 11 saves. 11 saves from Emi Martinez. I wonder who wins the man of the match, though. It probably is going to be him, and then we're going to get one of those pictures of him standing with the trophy. This Martinez with his trophy. If he wins man of the match. USA next winners, hopefully. What a tournament from Kubarsi. Welcome back, club football. Joey says England would have been parking the plane for 120 minutes, not the buzz, the plane. Golden Ball, Mbappe, Jude, or Rodri. I think it has to be Rodri. In that order, for those three, I think it would be Rodri number 1, Mbappe 2, Jude 3. Spain to win the next Euro. This is a young team, by the way. Spain are an extremely young team, and they've already won everything. The oldest player on this side is Rodri, 30. Fabian Ruiz, 30. Their replacements are already there. Zubamendi and Pedri. Gavi is waiting in the wings there. Oh, well, Laporta is 32. Even still. Ferran Torres hate going down now. Ferran Torres has... you know what? He's the strangest player because I still don't rate him. Ferran Torres is the strangest player. He's got great technique. He comes up with great opportunities. I remember the El Clasico goals he scored, of the most notable goals he scored last year for Barcelona. But even Barcelona aren't really willing to stake their reputation on him being the one that leads the line. He comes up and listen, if someone keeps getting into these moments and scoring these goals and being so useful for the team, then everyone just needs to shut the fuck up because he's clearly a great player. But I don't know. I just don't think that he should be leading any line, even though he's just won Spain the World Cup. That shows you how high my football IQ is, doesn't it? Another worst World Cup final match. This was the worst World Cup final match I've ever watched. It genuinely was. At least the Netherlands were competitive against Spain. Arjen Robben very nearly could have won it for them. I remember they had some good opportunities. Argentina were just horrible. Absolutely horrible. 1 goal conceded this whole tournament. Insane stuff. Poor Nico Pats. Yeah, listen, he's also super young, isn't he? He's like 20, isn't he? Let me double check. Did he even play? He's 21. He didn't even play throughout this entire tournament, did he? He might have played in Argentina's last game of the group stages. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to update my Spain Dynasty video. Good for Spain, man. Good for Spain. Brr says, man, it feels like Argentina didn't even try to win. They couldn't. It's the same thing that happened to France and that happened to all of Spain's opponents. They weren't allowed to play their game. Argentina are probably the worst team that Spain has played in this whole World Cup. Maybe Saudi Arabia is number 1. But everyone else, who else did Spain play in this World Cup? Cabo Verde, Austria, France. Austria put up a better fight than Argentina did. Ferran Torres, greatest of sometimes. IB fan says Torres is a second striker. Marino was playing the target man and pulled the defense for Torres to get a clean shot. Yeah, true. Very true. Poor Menu, no play, and might be injured and maybe injured. Yeah, can you imagine, man? Flipping. And Lisandro Martinez looks like he's injured now as well. Bro, this World Cup has been atrocious for Manchester United. Spain made some messy kebabs. Shrey says Austria. Austria played better against Spain than Argentina did. Austria lost 3-0. Argentina lost 1-0, but Austria played better against. I watched that game. And Austria weren't in that game, by the way. Austria weren't in that game. Yeah, this Spain team can be as good as they want to be. They can go as far as they want to go. Genuinely. Belgium. Belgium was the best team. Belgium was the biggest threat that Spain faced throughout this entire tournament. Belgium could have beaten Spain. Portugal as well. Portugal gave Spain a much better game. They were also not in the game either. That's what I mean. I think that other than Saudi Arabia, I think that Argentina played the worst against the Spanish side. General Takatashi says, I don't think Spain beat Belgium without injury to Courtois. Fair. That is fair because Courtois doesn't spill the ball the same way that Lamine does. Aditya and Lissandro injured for this shit show. Yeah, what is not even worth it, bro. Lissandro Martinez, Christian Romero, Emi Martinez, and Alexis McAllister pulled out the Malvinas flag against England, which is going to make their first day very, very rough. And they've also just been knocked out of the World Cup in pretty embarrassing fashion. Obviously, those things are not correlated whatsoever. I'm just butthurt that Martinez is now going to be injured for longer. Lisandro Martinez, at least. Mashi says Portugal was better than all the teams, probably. It was a very tight game, just small details. Yeah, Portugal weren't great. It was somewhat tight, but Portugal weren't great. Spain were just doing their usual Spain thing, biding their time. Portugal were probably the second best team, apart from Belgium, that Spain played, in my eyes. Gamekage says how Roberto Martinez was given to manage 2 golden generations, I will never understand. Brother's probably going to be managing France next. That's basically what's going on with that. I don't know, man. He's probably got some envelopes with some sensitive information on a lot of these FAs. It's the only explanation. Sheila says the time of day just doesn't make it feel like a World Cup final. I agree. We need to be seeing these guys hoist up the trophy into the night sky, as is tradition. Faraz says, after seeing the officiating this World Cup, Prem refs aren't that bad. Yeah, they're not that bad. Prem refs aren't that bad. Sek says, another Spanish dynasty, they were inevitable. Yeah. Bruce says, as a Barca fan, I was happy when I see my 2 teams in the final, but it's huge letdown. As a Barca fan, I was happy when I see my 2 teams in the final. I mean, I know why you've said that, and I get where it's come from, but it's a wild sentence, if I'm honest with you. Man's loyalty skill tree is on 0. Humu says, if you have to rig and cheat to win, people definitely care. I don't know if that unsubstantiated. I'll get into it a little bit in the video tomorrow. Why did they never bother with bringing Lautaro, though? I don't think Lautaro would have done anything in this game, man. Julian Alvarez was already chasing down lost causes. He was nobody and no Messi, neither Messi nor Alvarez were getting on the ball whatsoever. What was Lautaro Martinez actually going to do that Julian Alvarez wasn't doing? No chances fell to Julian Alvarez. He was already chasing down every ball. If you want to say perhaps Lautaro Martinez should have come on for Messi, and then you have a little bit more forward movement, then perhaps there's a case for that. But I'm guessing that you're talking about coming on for Julian Alvarez. I don't see it. I think everyone can agree that Argentina was a team that lived and died by Messi. Yeah, says Meme Kage. It worked to get them to the final, but ultimately Messi had a bad game, so Argentina was atrocious. That's what it comes down to in a lot of ways. That's a pretty good way of summarizing it. Roberto Martinez for Spain coach. I mean, why not? If you're an Argentina supporter, then it might be. He is Spanish, isn't he? Roberto Martinez is Spanish as well. I think. Sergio Ramos lifting out the penalty, the trophy. It's apt. It is apt. Spain sparked France and taught Argentina how to play football, how proper football is played. Martinez was the sole reason Spain didn't win 10-0. I'm talking about Emi Martinez in this game, not Roberto Martinez, who almost certainly was not the reason that Spain almost never won 10-0. Yeah, Argentina are not going to. You know what? You're gonna see a lot of hate posts about Argentina. Here comes Trump and Gianni Infantino. You're gonna see a lot of talk about how Argentina rigging, of course, but it's gonna be turned to an absolute max in the upcoming weeks. Roseka says Spain completely annulled them and created opportunity after opportunity. Super strikes again. I have reached a high. No drug cannot get a man to brother. No drug cannot get a man to brother. Fair enough. Fair enough, man. The Ronaldo supporters are rejoicing. The Ronaldo supporters are absolutely having the time of their lives. Their guy was knocked out 2 rounds ago. But it does not matter. It's like the Japanese soldier fighting World War II after 40 years. That is the Ronaldo supporters at the moment. Burr says, yeah, I hate the posts about Argentina as warranted. Yeah. Alan says, will Trump stay on stage to lift the cup with Spain? Let's see. This is why we're still streaming right now, man. The game's been over for how long? But this is why we have to see the trophy lift. It is customary. It's only respect. I would get my Spain shirt, but it's in the washing. I'll wear it for the video tomorrow. Referee, in the context of the game of football, he's been he's been below average. Hasn't been great, if we're all being completely honest. But in the context of this World Cup, one of the best performances. One of the best performances, no doubt. IB fan says, Gianni, if you want to keep your job, push him off stage. I highly doubt that Gianni Infantino is going to push the president of the United States off the stage. Wow. Imagine Messi with 2 World Cups. Tadeo Nashe, it's never going to happen. IB fan says Roberto Martinez is a football terrorist. Come on, guys. We don't have to talk about Roberto Martinez anymore. He has been fired from the Portuguese job. And now Jorge Jesus, or George Jesus, is in line and has said that Ronaldo is still in his plans. One 0. Damn, Cubarsí. This Spanish generation, do you know? Yeah, both Cubarsí and Lamine Yamal are both 19. They could, both of them, play 3 more World Cups. Easily. Easily. Maybe even 4. The both of them. And they've already won on their first attempt. Kind of like Kylian Mbappe when he won 8 years ago. Okay. Let's end this poll. Emi Martinez, man of the match, as everyone agreed. Let's go with Ballon d'Or. Cubarsí won young player of the tournament. No doubt about it. He's been immaculate. Yeah. No doubt about it. Firas says he won man of the match as well. I mean, I don't hate it. Can't argue with it. He wasn't really my man of the match, but Rob's is saying that he won man of the match. He's been good. I don't hate the decision. Unai Simon, of course. Damn. Okay, who wins the Ballon d'Or? I think the player of the tournament obviously has been told beforehand. Martina doesn't get to do his thing. It is what it is. Okay, Ballon d'Or. I think that Rodri, Lamine Yamal, Harry Kane, and I would probably even throw Fabian Ruiz in there. I don't think you can go. I mean, Dembele, he's had an absolutely bang average season. He had a good World Cup, to be fair, but he didn't win it. Mbappe is fair. Olise is also fair. But I use the same argument that I was using earlier on. Olise choked in the Champions League semi-final with Bayern Munich. He's absolutely ghosted for France against Spain. Harry Kane, the same reason, absolutely ghosted in the previous knockout rounds for England against Norway and then against Argentina. Also wasn't fantastic in the Champions League semi-final against PSG. The second leg, at least. Both of them, second leg. So I think that goes against them. I think that very much goes against them. Wow, look at that. Spanish trio, player of the tournament, goalkeeper of the tournament, and young player of the tournament. Rodri absolutely deserved that, and Rodri's winning the Ballon d'Or. I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain. Okay, so who's the third one? Rodri, Lamine Yamal, Harry Kane. I'll go Mbappe. Just because of a fantastic World Cup performance. I'm fairly certain that it's one of these four that's going to ultimately win it. But let's see. Emmanuel says, wasn't Paredes beating the hell out of someone a second ago? Yeah, I'm hoping that Paredes gets some sort of punishment because he's been absolutely unhinged throughout the entire game. Let's take a look what his final kill count was. Let's see. I mean, it still reads 4 fouls, but that also needs to include an absolute assault on Gavi after the final whistle was blown. And then 2 maybe niggling challenges that weren't called throughout this entire game. Plus just general roughhousing. Anyway. Rodri, man of the tournament, yes. Sek says, Brother Tinashe, it would be a real gift if you did a video on the entire World Cup. Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously going to be working on a video for this match, but I might put, quite a bit of effort into a full review. Lionel Messi. Yeah, emotional moments here. This makes me sad watching Messi cry. I don't like watching Messi cry. This man has done everything for his country. Can you remember the slander that this man was receiving? Like a couple years ago when he wasn't performing for Argentina. The absolute slander that Messi was receiving. People claiming that he never plays for his country, that he didn't care about Argentina. It's good to see this, like, it's all come around, but it's sad to see how it's ended. Greatest of all time. We'll never see another Messi. I highly doubt it. There's absolutely nothing that you can use. There's nothing that you can use to counteract that he's the best of all time. Trophies, got it. Individual and team. World Cups, biggest of it all. Wow. Rodri is my dark horse for Ballon d'Or. I don't think he's a dark horse, brother. He just won the player of the tournament at the World Cup as well as the trophy itself. And he had a pretty good season at Man City too. He may not have won the Premier League or the Champions League, but he did win the League Cup and the FA Cup. Alan says, Olise choked in most important moments. True, still needs to grow. Yeah. Spanish players collecting their trophies. Pubil, Grimaldo, Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm not going to even justify that with a response, brother. The football analyst says, why is Yamal here and Olise isn't? If the argument against Olise is that he ghosted, shouldn't the same be true of Yamal, who has been a passenger for Spain throughout this World Cup? He hasn't been a passenger. I do agree that Yamal hasn't reached the levels higher. My Yamal argument is because of PR. I do agree that Yamal hasn't reached the heights that Olise reached in this tournament, but Yamal is on the winning side, and he's been good in this tournament for Spain nonetheless. The reason why he hasn't been as effective is because he's been absolutely triple marked out of every single game, and he's not fit. And I know that those don't really count as excuses, per se, because I know that those are, just excuses at the end of the day, but I'm speaking from the perspective of people who are going to vote. Again, the Ballon d'Or isn't about the best player. It's about the good players on the teams that won things. And Yamal has just won a World Cup. Maybe you could say Kubarsi actually has a better chance, has a better shout for it than Lamine Yamal. For all those reasons. Plus, he was really good for Spain. But again, he doesn't have the PR. Let's see how the next couple of weeks go, or months go, rather. UCL won and Ballon d'Or won. World Cup, 8 Ballon d'Ors. Yeah, insane. Remember when Messi quit after the Copa America win in the US? Yeah. After the Copa America in the US, not the win, sorry, in the centenary. Lamine Yamal. Football is saved, vamos. I think we will, but it will be different. IB fan, you're talking about seeing a different type of Messi, you're saying, or different GOAT type player. Saying, I think we will, but it will be a different type of player. Legends are there to be strived towards and surpassed. So I do wonder if that Spanish politician that was talking about how France don't have French players in their team, I wonder what they feel about Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams. Anyway. Mark Andrews, Ballon d'Or is the one award that doesn't make sense. The credentials on winning it always seem to change every single year. No, they don't. No, they don't. It's obvious. It's exactly what I just said. It's the best player not even the best player, one of the best players on the team that won everything and has good PR. That is the only criteria for Ballon d'Or. It's the only thing. Bentham PR is public relations. Or public reputation. Sorry. Well, it is public relations, but it's basically just your reputation in the public. Public relations, yes. IB fan says that Spanish politician is an ex-prime minister. The hack guy says it was a Paraguayan politician. No, that's a completely different case. That's a completely different thing. The Paraguayan politician was talking about Kylian Mbappe. The Spanish one was talking about the French national team as a whole. But the Spanish politician, as we've all just established, was a prime minister. Rodri, qué jugador. All right, let's see the trophy lift, guys. I want to go to bed. Okay, the moment is here. Does Trump walk onto the pitch? Does he walk on? Does he stay in there for the photo? Oh, I think he's going to stay there. I think he's going to stay there. Oh, he walks off to the side at least. Gianni's trying to get him out of the picture. And he's in the picture. He's just clapping, though. He doesn't even care. This is insane. Good for Spain. Lift the trophy. Wow. Big moment. Yeah, congratulations to Spain, guys. Winners of the World Cup for the second time, 2 stars above their badge. And they can be as good as they need to be. They can be as good as they want to be. Anyway, guys, we've seen the trophy lift. The World Cup winner has been decided. Thank you guys so much for joining along with this World Cup journey. and all these watch-alongs. It's meant the world to me. It truly has. And yeah, I mean, we've just hit 400,000 subscribers on the channel, and we're only getting started. There's going to be so much more coming up, so many more essays. You can expect, I think, 2 more. Well, 1 more before the end of July. And then a couple next month. And then obviously the new season begins after that. But thanks so much, guys. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. It's amazing things. And I don't really believe that we've even come this far. And yeah, incredible. Hope you guys have enjoyed the World Cup. There will be a review video on this out tomorrow, more than likely. Well, today, actually, it's now 20-1 by me. And then, yeah, back to the regularly scheduled programming and being upset by Man United every week. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you're having a great day. Cheers, and I will catch you in the next one.